What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Chewed Up and Spit Out. As always, I'm just Dusty.
And I'm still Jeff.
And I'm Timmy, a.k.a. The Fat Show.
And I am, who is the motherfucking fucked up motherfucker they invited on this podcast? Kyle.
Maui Kyle in the house.
Hells yeah.
Yeah, in our first ever fan episode. Kyle's our first ever fan coming in. So, first ever fan episode.
Yeah, bringing you on up here. Fucking thanks for listening. Thanks for your comments, too. We appreciate it.
Yeah, a lot of positive critique we've gotten, so very much appreciated.
And as I recall, you have absolutely no restaurant experience, correct?
Absolutely zero, except for doing a little dishwashing at the bottom of my podunk country house in the middle of Glencoe, California, which I'm sure nobody has ever heard of.
Fair enough, Got yourself in the suds, though.
Yeah.
Good deal. Well, hey.
I know about dishwashing and smoking weed at the end of the night, and that's about it.
Well, you got the essentials down.
You're a natural, bud.
Yeah. From there, it only goes up.
Or higher, we should say.
Yeah, it only gets higher.
There we go, yeah.
Yeah. By that, we mean hard drugs and management positions.
Well, sometimes it can be hand in hand.
Yeah.
Well, good deals. Fucking. All right, Kyle. Fucking. What you want to know from the back of the lines, the back of the house here?
Okay, seriously, how many kitchens do you guys work in that cocaine is a prevalent, mandatory option? Because from listening to you guys, it is very clear to me that there's not a lot of cocaine in your kitchens. I'm specifically asking about past jobs.
Well, it does depend on the job.
Yeah, that's actually, it all depends on, at least for my experience, what I've noticed is it all depends on the vibe of the place. Some restaurants are coke restaurants, some restaurants are weed restaurants, some restaurants are fucking straight-laced restaurants, and they go under in the first 2 months. Some restaurants are just die-hard alcoholics. It's like nobody's getting high, but fucking homeboy in the back has been drunk since noon on his 10-hour shift.
And some restaurants refuse to bring out full bowls of ranch. I understand.
Yes, indeed.
Was it too early to bring up the ranch?
No, never too early.
Never too early. That's the first.
Was that record breaking for a podcast?
Yeah.
Maybe actually.
Yeah.
2 minutes, I think we got them. All right, not too shabby there. Yeah, as far as the blow in the kitchens, just take a hard look at the people who are making more money than you and figure out what they do. Then you'll figure out what type of kitchen it is.
I don't know.
But from an outside perspective, all I see is the waitress.
True.
Yeah.
And it's very rare I see a waitress going, oh, "What was your order?"
Well.
That's just because they're veteran waitresses.
Yeah. They're paid to put on a face for you.
Late, I don't think it's been around. Since the 90s, it's not been prevalent in my opinion.
Actually, that's a good point. I would say I haven't seen, I wouldn't say since the 90s per se for me, but I've seen a definite decline in it over the progression of the 2000s to the late 2000s. And it kind of seems like the ebb and flow of as it started to become not okay to do a lot of the 80s stuff, the cocaine use gradually dropped and got replaced by different people. So once it was okay, you can't be fucking the hostess in the fucking dry pantry or feeding shots to those guys, then all of a sudden the cocaine use goes down with the new wave of people coming in.
Yeah, the new fad, I think, is maybe vape pens, I guess. You know?
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not supposed to smoke on the clock, but a little hash pen, a little trip somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, vape pens are crazy too, because I've seen a lot of people and known some people who have pulled the trick at work before, where it's you start making a big deal about smoking a nicotine vape pen. Because people are always interested in people quitting smoking, especially the people who would rat on you for smoking weed at work. So you make a big deal about it. Like, I'm cutting down and I'm switching to this vape pen. And then in your other pocket, you carry the hash pin. So anytime they catch you smoking it, they're like, good on you. Way to cut down. And you're sitting over there.
Just getting lifted, boss. I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Just get my nicotine break on. Like, you've got a cigarette in your other hand. Like, well, I didn't take a drag of that. I hit the vape pen, so it's a success.
That's one, Kyle. I can know you did not work in the industry. You said 10 minutes on that. If you're taking a 10-minute break, you better take your cigarette, your lunch break, and your shit at the same time. You know?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a very real thing that runs into both industries, whether it's kitchen or in my welding industry.
Okay.
My boss
right
hired
on.
me to be a high productive motherfucker. If I smoke a cigarette, it's like 3 minutes or less, or he might just be on one of those breakdowns where he's like, hey, I might want to have a cigarette. Come, let me join you.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sherry and Jake. I hope you're not listening to this.
So, kind of funny thing is, I actually held welding certs for a little while. They've lapsed, but I used to be certified to do structural welding.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
I
did,
have never been certified in structural welding.
Oh, righto. Yeah, I did
So
all my structural certs for arc and MIG.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, everything I do is just like decorative shit, like handrails and staircases and everything. Nothing's actual structural. Everything's structural. My boss welds.
Righto. Well, that's okay.
Well,
Yeah.
good old Timmy's got an
He's
eye
the
for
only one that's
meticulousness.
certified in the job.
Well, eye for meticulousness, like welding, I guess doctor work, cooking. Yeah, pretty close, right?
Well, this is the one industry I've never worked in where any drug has been prevalent. It's like, no, you show up straight for work. I'm like, okay. I'm used to running my own business in Hawaii where I drink a 6-pack before I go to work.
Yeah.
There's that.
When
Yeah.
you work for yourself and you show up at your client's house and they actually require your dog to be there, I'm not joking.
Really?
I'd roll up to customers' houses in Hawaii and they'd be like, hey, where's your dog? I'm like, oh, well, I left her at home today. She was having an upset stomach. Like, can you make sure you bring her next time? I'm like, wait a minute. Me working here is a prerequisite for being at your house? She's like, yeah,
That's awesome.
no fucking problem. Happy to bring my dog to work.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's funny. Yeah, we actually kind of hired you for the dog. We didn't want to say it before. Yeah. Well, okay, dog's coming.
Yeah, geez. Guess so.
I actually caused quite a few fights between a couple of couples because they're like, well, I see how much you like his dog, so I want to get a puppy. And he's like, no, I don't want a dog. Remember, we're going to be moving soon. She's like, well, we can move with the dog to Washington from Hawaii. He's like, no, we can't.
That's why you need to bring your dog
Okay, I
over.
will support you. You write my paychecks. I will make sure that I tell her, no, you don't want a dog, and I'll stop bringing my dog to work.
Yeah.
He's like, no, don't stop bringing the dog.
Jeez.
Oh, man. It's really like a tennis ball position to be in between two people.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's rad, though.
Oh, that is, and it's funny too that he would have that reaction. You can't take a dog to Washington. Like, no, you can. It's the opposite way. Going from Hawaii to the mainland, like you could have your dog sit on your lap in the plane. It's coming back that they won't allow because we got all the crazy shit out here. You know,
Yeah.
no one's good. No one's dogs are getting rabies or shit like that on Maui. So it's like, of course they can go anywhere. That dog is the safest dog that's ever traveled. He's never even met a snake.
I had to take my dogs to the vet in Hawaii and give them a rabies shot. And I'm like, I don't get it. Why do I have to give them a rabies shot? They're like, well, because they have rabies in the mainland. I'm like, yeah, but we don't have rabies over here, so my dog doesn't have it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. She needs to be vaccinated before she goes there.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is he going to get it from a squirrel?
And also,
Yeah.
also
Trash
kind of
panda.
a weird rule the airlines require. They say, hey, your dog needs to have at least 4 inches. Their crate needs to be at least 4 inches taller than them standing up and 4 inches longer than them from nose to beginning of tail. So I had to buy the biggest dog crate in Hawaii, which doesn't sound like a big deal. I'm sure at Tractor Supply in Colorado, Texas, California, it's like $150. In Hawaii, that's a $300 dog crate.
God damn it. Is that like to make sure like the turbulence hurts worse for like when they bounce off the fucking...
You'd think you'd want them tight, packed with blankets or something.
I literally crawled into that crate the night before we left, ducked down, sat on the floor, and crawled inside it. I was sitting up straight. I'm 6 feet tall. So even sitting in the dog crate, I could sit up straight and my head just barely touched the ceiling.
That might actually be the way to fly. Next time you go on a trip with a buddy, like, okay, we're gonna rock paper scissors for who sits in the dog cargo hold. Put some floppy ears on you, and I'm just gonna milk it and make them not be able to tell me you're not actually a dog.
Yeah, here's an ashtray. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I have a doctor's note with a condition saying I need this animal with me.
But they did get me on the plane a lot sooner than I thought it would, because they tell you to check in. Normally, you're supposed to check in 2 hours early for a flight, right?
I think so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 1 hour at least.
They told me when you're checking with the dog, you should only be there 1 hour before the flight. That way the dog doesn't spend too much time in the crate.
Okay, yeah.
I know.
So I show up to the airport 1 hour before my plane takes off, and they're like, dude, your plane is boarding already. I'm here an hour before it takes off. What do you mean it's boarding already? And they're like, do you have someone that can run your dog through air checks and security checks and what do they call it? The environmental check where they scan everything to make sure that your dog doesn't have cocaine or seeds or like fruits embedded in its body.
I don't know what he ate. He's a partier. That guy's got a mind of his own. I let him out at night.
I just stayed up partying my balls off last night. I've got 2 friends that escorted me here to the airport, so it's good that I brought them because they got my dog to check through. Meanwhile, the lady at the airport counter, she's like, you need to walk to the front of the line and cut past everybody because this plane's going to leave with you.
Adios, dog.
I'm that rude cunt at the airport being like, I'm sorry, I just checked in my dog. I'm like waving my airport pass in the air and everybody's like being super polite. Everybody in Hawaii that was on vacation, isn't on vacation, whether they live there or not, they're waving me through and they're like, go,
go, you got this. Yeah.
I get to my gate and they are deboarding my plane. Everybody that's already boarded my plane, they're deboarding. So now I'm up there. My dog has already gone through security. I'm sitting there walking around the airport. And people are like, this asshole just walked past me and said, my dog's on the plane. I got to get there. And then
you just at the mini bar just having a drink. Thanks.
No, I'm at the bar. Exactly. I'm at the bar having a drink next to everybody that just watched me walk past them in line, and they're waiting for their drink, but I'm already at the bar sitting on.
I'd buy you one, but these are airport drinks. They're like $9 a pop. So just think that, if it were a normal bar, I'd buy one of you a drink. But
oh, jeez.
If I could afford to buy you guys drinks, I'd buy every one of you a drink.
Yeah, I can buy one beer. You can all share it. It's an airport. It's a $9 drink. This is pre-COVID, so you're fine. Just all of you can share one straw. Share a needle. Fuck it. It's pre-COVID. You're fine.
God damn. Halfway the truth.
Yeah. Oh my, how the times have changed.
I know. Well, fucking... Hey, New Year, right? Like same shit New Year? I don't know what that it's going to be.
Yeah, this is the first official podcast of fucking 2021.
Yeah.
Number 25,
right
first of 2021.
I know.
Yeah. It's
I feel a little special. Episode 25, first episode of the new year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Yeah, those are all good omens.
However, I feel like I put in more work than any one of your previous guests. I've listened to every single episode.
You are by far our biggest fan. Not only have you listened to him, you've listened to him in depth enough to like give me some honest critique on most episodes.
Yeah, I laugh my ass off like whatever. Like his phone lights up, and you're like, "All right, what the fuck is charcuterie?"
yeah. What the fuck? Yeah. So for the listeners, because we got that over before we got to record on. That was kind of how this started. I got a call from Kyle, and it started with, what the fuck is charcuterie?
I mean, I could Google it, but I figure I might as well just call you right up.
And we just, after a long-winded description, we came back around to the classic fancy Lunchables.
Yep.
Fancy Lunchables. I like that. I can
Yeah.
understand that. You're speaking human language now.
Expensive fancy Lunchables.
Yeah, super expensive.
Super
Classy
expensive. I used to work at a place where we did one on a fucking big ass koa piece of wood. It was like $25. Big ass charcuterie plate. And it's like, it was all good stuff. It's better quality stuff, but
Yeah, and we both worked at a place where I had to like carve out a fucking apple swan to put on that charcuterie plate just to look fancy.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, fancy
Definitely
shit
had to
like
do
that.
that
Turn
one
an
before.
apple into a swan.
Yeah, ready, set, go.
So why did
Okay,
people
so
start
I have a
posting
question.
photos on social media of making charcuterie boards?
I don't know why they're going after that like all hard these days either. Like, come on. You know?
Oh, there was no reason.
Oh God, I totally want to do
I'm just
one
kidding.
now. I totally want to do a video of making a charcuterie board and just have that music like I used to use for fucking Cooking with Pros and Cons.
Come on, charcuterie on.
And fucking and just fancy music, set out a fancy plate, get the whole set up, and then just the final process just be a Lunchable just flipped upside down, just boom, Capri Sun and everything. It's just,
Nice.
charcuterie, parsley over the top, pow.
Just laid out on the edge of the plate, all the ham slices and crackers laid out.
Yeah. It's Copacabana.
It's called the Kyle.
Yeah.
It's called the Kyle.
There you go.
Damn, sounds fancy.
Now, the new it's called the Kyle is the air fryer cooked steak.
The air fryer cooked steak.
Okay. So, what you got going on with your air fryer?
Okay, you guys, look, I can't lie. The air fryer is amazing, just as amazing as everybody on every podcast has made me think about it for the last couple of years. I'm sure you guys as chefs are laughing at me, but I'm like, I take one of these beef loin, top sirloin steak, boneless.
Mm-hmm.
I put that in there. I put 2 tablespoons of butter on top, a little bit of basil, a little bit of salt, pepper. Put that thing in for fucking, what is it? It's 10 minutes at 390. Thing comes out perfect every time.
Bing.
Quick question.
Well, yeah.
Isn't an air fryer just like a tiny convection oven?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Tiny pressurized convection
okay.
oven, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Is it
Oh,
pressurized?
there's
I think-
pressure?
Is it pressurized?
No, it's not pressurized. It is not pressurized.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Oh, it'd probably work a lot quicker if it was.
Yeah. Oh, I wish I had my drums. Boom, boom.
So there's the dirty shit from last night. I cook it on top of the grill with the plate underneath. So it keeps the steak floating. All the air circulates around it.
Okay.
Nice.
So it's like a waterless sous vide.
Yeah. And okay, so sous vide was a big thing. I am not real big on sous vide. It's boiling stuff in a bag to the basics of it, right? Yeah.
Sous vide or sous vide?
It depends on the tense, I imagine. Like, are you
Sous
sous
vide
videing?
or not sous vide? That is the question.
Sous vide or not sous vide? Yeah, you're right.
President, it is nobler to cook your food in a fryer.
All right, where's that boom bump?
Oh,
Kyle,
boom,
Kyle,
boom.
air fryers are for people that can't afford to go out to restaurants and tip us. So,
Yeah.
We don't get tips.
Yeah.
Yeah, not so much these days.
No. Yeah. I do think, especially now that I'm on unemployment, I'm kind of mad that they don't tip me.
But I've been
It's
so
like,
good on unemployment.
I've been so good on my services. Like anytime you guys want something, I'm like, here you go. Yep. Prompt service.
Isn't the government tipping like an extra like $500 a week right now?
I hope so.
That'd be cool.
Not me. I'm not on unemployment, unfortunately.
I think they will be soon.
It's a one-time deal, not a week though.
No.
I know they were sending out $600 a week to people on unemployment. So people that weren't, what do they call them? Important people?
Essential.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's the
Essential
problem,
employees.
is the second waivers are really getting fucked here. You know, it's kind of like history. Like, you know, like the previous generation came and took up all the good benefits. So now the current generation just gets fucked on the benefits.
So who's getting fucked the worst is, like you said, the mid-range people, which is restaurant people. Because you guys were told you're necessary. Then all of a sudden, oh no, only if they have tents outside with like less than 2 walls.
Yeah, they're making this shit up as they go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Restaurant owners are going through fucking left and rights, taking out loans and like, hey, I need to open up or close. Let me know what's happening. And they're like, no. Everything's fine. Go ahead and open up. Here's everything. Oh no, the numbers just went up in California. We're going to shut you back down.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's back to takeout only.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck that.
So they're the only people that I see in the in any industry that are taking that yo-yo effect. They're like, no, here's your money. Nope, we're taking it away. Here's your money. No, we're taking it away.
Yeah, but you know who's getting fucked harder than restaurants? Bars.
Yeah.
Bars that don't offer food, for sure.
Yeah. But I did hear that that here pretty soon bars are going to be able to open at 10% capacity as long as everyone is constantly on a carousel that goes around in the middle of the restaurant.
Is that how it's gonna
and
work?
everyone is dressed like 1920s carnies. That's what they think will steer the COVID away the worst. Like, think about it,
You go
1920s.
into a sushi restaurant where everything comes by on a plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss sushi boat places. I love, and I'm not even that big on sushi. I just have such a craving for the gimmick of my food coming around on a little fucking boat. I want them to do that with every restaurant. Like, I would love it if I went out to a steakhouse and I'm like fucking, you know, New York strip mid-rare, and then the guy's like, okay, here it comes, and a little fucking tugboat just brings my steak down a fucking street. Oh, it's a train this time.
That would be the largest thing on the tiniest plate as far as those conveyor belts go.
The plate's just
Never higher than,
dragging.
like 6 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, along the same
You
lines,
imagine a huge New York strip just coming down that thing, like
Yeah.
flipping over the lines.
Yeah. Well, to quote Jaws, we're going to need a bigger boat.
okay, so I've never been to a place that did this before or cooked in one, but back in the day, there was a trend of having the maitre d' or whatever go around, like do baked Alaskas or crepes, like tableside service like that, you know, carving, you know, such an old school, like dinosaur 80s thing.
Mm-hmm.
However, could that not be like almost like your little tray that goes by, you know, contact with serving, only have one person going by? Doing food per table?
If he rides on a little train or a boat, I would be interested.
Okay.
If he's walking up on 2 legs like the rest of us, get the fuck out of here with your legs. If I wanted to see someone walk around, I'd stand up and walk around.
I did tell you that Captain Fuckass is doing Bananas Foster, right? So that's tableside.
Oh, table
He's going that route. Like, he's doing that tableside?
Yeah,
Who's Captain
absolutely.
Fuckass?
He's Captain Fuckass, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, he's somebody that we can't actually name because we're not trying to get people fired on this podcast,
Well,
right?
I won't get fired. In fact, I'm looking forward to the fist fight I have with him.
Yeah.
It could go either way. I don't know who would win that one.
But yeah, I was actually going to mention Captain Fuckass is a chef at a really shitty place that I worked for a little
I
while.
worked-
And Timmy
So
worked,
he's like
worked
Chalupa
there.
at Taco
Yeah.
Bell, right?
Taco Bell. It's a Taco
Yeah,
Bell.
we could definitely call it Taco Bell.
It's actually a La Quinta Inn. We worked at a La Quinta Inn, and yeah, they do that table side shit. But that place is a total
like the
garbage
brandy on
sack.
fire? Oh yeah.
Yeah, Kim, my wife is confident, 100% that place is haunted, and I like 50%
not.
believer because I would go The downstairs, the basement is what it was. And I don't think it was as much haunting as it's just you put 9 people in a cramped basement to like put out food, and one of them's always bound to break. But that place had a basement, and every time I did a lot of the catering stuff, and every time we do catering in the basement, for sure, one person would break. And there was no telling who it was. And, you know, at first I was just like, oh, these guys break under pressure in the fucking basement. And then I had a day, and it was just like out of nowhere. The second we get in the basement, I'm like, fuck all of you, fuck everything. She doesn't know what she's doing. I should leave. I should punch that guy in the face, punch that guy in the dick, punch her in the tits, and walk the fuck out of here.
It sounds like how you felt the first time you were sent into the fridge to go grab basil and you didn't know what the fuck basil was.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't nearly as jaded then.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bringing it back to like episode 4 or something.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
I'm not a true fan. I don't know what a true fan is.
The spinach incident.
Does this taste like spinach?
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of true fans, episode 23, who the hell was your friend you had on?
Oh, Guthrie, the OG.
That motherfucker needs to be doing voiceovers for like
Yes.
movies.
Oh, yeah. If we do any movies, he's doing the voiceover for them. If we ever get ad reads, if anyone...
I literally kept waiting for the moment where all of a sudden you'd be like, hey, Guthrie, can we just like hear you say real quick, in a world and something horrible else happens.
Yeah.
Just insert the blanks here. That guy would have killed it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think he knows what he's doing, you know.
Yeah.
He's just building it up.
And anyone who's listening who wants to sponsor us, he's going to do our ad reads. So if you want us to sponsor us and him to do ad reads, we already got a guy saying he'll do them.
Yeah, just talk to us first.
Talk to us first. Yeah. You know, cut in the middleman, as I always say.
Yeah, fucking G's awesome. Okay, he put some time in us with up at that other place. He was a pizza spinner, you know. Is definitely something he could do.
Like actually toss the crust and everything?
No, not so much.
We did like hand stretched there. That's funny on the camera. Because we're having a video conversation, it looks like I'm saying like, no. I'm showing the motion for stretching a pizza. We did hand stretch.
Out the edge of the crust and rotating it all at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I leave some of it like off the counter a little bit so it stretches out.
Let
like
it dangle.
Let gravity do its work on the little side, you know. I always like that.
No.
But
I like the tops and all that kind of stupid shit.
oh yeah, like behind your backs, and like you do all the fancy stuff, you know.
Timmy's
Yeah,
Pizza
I used to
Ninja.
do all that stuff.
There
Hey, there you go.
you go. Eatables.
Oh, that's a California gummy eatable.
Yeah, that's a red and
Christmas?
green. That's a Christmas.
Christmas themed, but look at the fucking imprint quality on that.
That is okay. So there, yeah, for the non-videos, that's the best fucking
Weed gummy thing?
weed gummy art I've ever seen. Someone's got their gummy art. Someone's not just smoking weed; they're smoking crack while they're making the weed gummies.
My ex-girlfriend.
Well,
No, I babysat her dog, and she dropped me off with a mason jar full of those things. I'm down to the last.
nice.
You've been there for what, like 2 nights?
Yeah. Yeah, the weed gummies are awesome, but the downside is that I always find is that I eat them too quick because I also keep smoking, and then I get the munchies, and then before I know it, I'm like, I'll have the weed gummies by the weed, you know, I won't have them by the candy. So then when I get high and I'm like, I want some candy, I'm like, I don't want to get up and walk all the way over to the candy. I'm just gonna eat a couple of those weed gummies.
And then the 28th level
I
ones,
found
whatever.
that the downside is people visiting your house from out of state.
Yeah.
Do elaborate, please.
Yes, this sounds like it's going to make for a good story. I think we need to hear where this is going.
All right, well, I just had a friend from Hawaii. We'll call her Molly, just to change her name.
All right.
She rolls up and she works in some form of governmental work. Anyways, she doesn't smoke. Even though she lives in Hawaii, she doesn't smoke. But since she's on vacation, she's like, yeah, give me one of those gummies. I'm like, you should probably take half. She's like, no. Have fun. Like, fully thinking it'll be fine. Because I take like 4 of those things and carry on with my evening like nothing happened. At the exact dosage time it should take, 40 to 45 minutes, she looks at me and she goes, hey, I think I'm feeling those things. I'm like, no, you're not feeling them already. 10 minutes later, she's on my couch like, okay, I'm ready to go to sleep.
Just tranquilized her.
Got the best night of sleep she's ever had.
I slept for like 15 hours.
Nice vacation.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
But now I'm like, okay, I should share those with my boss since Christmas is rolling up.
Okay.
Now he smokes, she doesn't. So I went ahead and I gave him like 5 of those gummies, and I went in and I told him the same story that I told you guys. I'm like, yo, she took one, 45 minutes later, she went to sleep and had a great night of sleep. She doesn't smoke, you do. So I suggest you take a full leaf. He literally goes in and he takes a blade, his pocket knife, and he cuts one of those in half and then cuts it in half again. He takes a quarter dose. His wife takes another quarter dose. He comes to work the next day or after the next weekend, and he goes, hey, I'm going to give those back to you. We're never going to do edibles again.
Oh, jeez.
I won't bother to elaborate on that because I'm sure you guys can fill in the blanks.
Yeah. Sounds like they went to different dimensions, you know.
Had a real bad time.
They slept really good, then they woke up and had trouble sleeping, and I'm like, oh man, Vic, you should have just slept like a rock.
Yeah. Well, tell me this. The answer to the question is, when you woke up and you had trouble sleeping again, did you take another quarter? Because that would have been the correct response. Well, I'm really having trouble sleeping after doing that. Probably take another one.
They get 0 chances they were going to try them again, and they were like, yo, can I give these back to you? I'm like, yo, give them to your kids.
We don't want to get addicted to marijuana.
This will keep you off cigarettes.
Yeah.
Shit,
I think my favorite edible, the most powerful one we had was here in Colorado on it was a Halloween, and it was our buddy. I'm not gonna name drop him just in case he wouldn't like it, but Big Red, Grande Rojo, Big Ginge. He will know who I'm talking about by all of those. Yeah.
Yes, he will.
He came in, and the dude is the coolest motherfucker ever. He showed up in basically like a Green Man outfit from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but it was camouflaged. And like at one point, urban camouflage, and it, like couple times,
so
like
we see him.
Yeah, we caught him like in the fucking, we went to, there was at least that one like club style bar, and he's on the dance floor, but not on the dance floor, just like fucking against the wall, just blending in, just standing there with his camo, just in the full suit. But he brought, I think it was like a 5,000 milligram cupcake he had.
It was hefty. It was like a chocolate ball that weighed at least 2 ounces.
Yeah.
That was the size of a golf ball. It was dense. It was fucking stupid.
And he cut it, I think we cut it into 5 pieces, and each of us took those, and it was just, woo, just blast
when you
off.
talk to your friends that are in Colorado and used to hearing nothing about weed, you don't expect to hear them talk about cutting drugs up.
It's true, you know.
Oh god, the first time I saw dabs here, I thought someone was smoking crack.
Hey,
I literally almost
$100
bounced.
and a pound of baking soda. I can teach you how to turn it into fucking 2,000.
It was after work one day. I get off of work. Homeboy's like, you want to come get high after work? And we were talking about smoking weed all day, and it was a new job. So I'm like, yeah. You know, we get over to his house, and he pulls out his whole fucking dab rig and starts setting up and starts heating up the torch. And I just stand up off the couch, just like, whoop, I gotta go. I'm gotta go ahead and take off. I got fucking things to do outside of this. I'm not smoking no crack. And he's a Middle Eastern dude, so he was very confused. He's like, what are you doing? You said you wanted to smoke. Let's smoke. I'm like, yeah, dude, I ain't smoking crack. He's like, no. Dabs.
Oh, just made it more fun. Come on.
Like, what's the fucking dab?
I think you might have worked with this fellow Timmy at that one Taco Bell place.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
he worked at the same Taco Bell, Middle Eastern feller.
The same guy that would ride the bus with his assault rifle to go to the shooting range.
Yeah. He's also a very aggressive pool player.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Same Taco Bell.
Yeah, good friend. Probably put me on a list or two, though.
That's fucking rad. No, I don't want to smoke crack.
No, I don't want to smoke crack. Oh, nope, I'm good. I'm out of here. Yeah.
Well, I can.
In my defense, our boss for sure smoked crack. So it was easy to make that.
Yeah.
Because our boss at the time, fucking Rob, whatever his name was, that guy, he
He didn't smoke crack. He was smoking meth, man.
he probably graduated to meth by that point, but yeah. he come in zombie teeth. Called him zombie teeth because it was like the fucking World War Z. There's a few scenes in that movie where they get close to the zombie and the zombie just...
Every tooth is a fang and every other tooth is missing.
And he just keeps clicking them and just... Oh, yeah, what should we do, boss? I need you cut up more tomatoes. Like,
Yep.
will you stop that? You're fucking scared. I'm afraid you're gonna bite me.
And we're surrounded by fire and knives.
Yeah, I am terrified right now of the zombie apocalypse. Did you get bit while you were on break? You would tell me if someone came up to you and bit you in a strange way, right?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Yeah, that would actually be a hard one to confess to a coworker. I feel like getting to work like, some dude bit me. Yeah, okay, this conversation's over, fellow coworker. I'm going back to work now. You keep your private life private, and I'll keep mine private.
But I was in the walk-in.
I was in the walk-in. It's on the way to work, and some homeless dude bit me. Well, it kind of sucks to be you, is what it sounds like to me. I don't see how that's my problem.
I am. Kitchen cordiality.
Yeah. Yeah. You try to buy me off. That's exactly what you would hear in the kitchen. That's like office work, I guess, as opposed to if you said that to someone in the kitchen. A homeless dude bit me on the way to work. Your coworker would just grab his knife like, you try to fucking bite me, I'm going to kill you, bro. I don't give a fuck. You even look like you're hungry. I will dome you right now. I have 7 knives, and I can lose 2 of them. I can leave 2 of them in you, and I'll be fine to go on about my day.
I'll finish my shift.
I'll finish my shift. In the kitchen, you always assume, like, even if you had to commit a murder right on shift, in your mind, you always assume that the shift is going to continue going. Like, you stabbing someone in the heart isn't going to end the shift. It's going to be like, stab them, and like, okay, guys, we can rally through this.
I need a new...
Let's just cut his liver and his heart out right now. How can we serve those up?
Yeah. Toss him in the walk-in.
It needs a little bit of marinade time, though.
Yeah. Toss him in the walk-in. We'll figure this out once the rush is over.
Exactly.
Yeah. Your coworker's like, no, the shift is over, dude. You just murdered someone. I shat myself when you murdered someone, so technically I have to go home.
I'm just imagining being like Maui when I come off the boat with a bunch of fresh fish and bring them to a restaurant with my friend that took me fishing. he would literally just walk up with these fresh fish. These guys would be like, okay, give me the best one. He would just grab it up on his hands and walk it through the restaurant like a fucking parade, like a whore on his shoulder, showing everybody.
Yeah.
Take it to the back room, cut it up, and bring out fresh piece of fucking sushi for everybody in the restaurant, and then tell everyone that hasn't ordered yet, we have fresh fish from the ocean just delivered right now. What do you want?
Cha-ching.
I want to clean this cum out of my pants.
Yeah, brilliant advertising right there, and that's just the very best. I mean, when it comes in like off the boat through the restaurant, you know, and then like the little nice like fucking, you know, amuse bouches there, like little treats, you know, perfect.
And we're literally still in the back room unloading fresh fish from the night before catch on this guy's scale. And I'm not even a fisherman. I'm just a landscaper that went fishing with my friends overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
You know, we got $2,000 worth of fish dropped off at this restaurant, $1,000 dropped off at that restaurant.
yeah, well, like the $2,000 you dropped off probably just turned into $10,000. Yeah, he turned that 2,000 into 10,000 just that walkthrough.
Yeah. See, I realized that the opposite side when I was when I had taken over ordering in a restaurant, and I was ordering fish, and it was all fish that used to just be so common on Maui. It was like shit we would eat all the time, and it's like, I want to get some mahi-mahi. And it's like, oh my God, that's how much a pound? And I knew dudes that were bringing in fish that were how many fucking pounds? Like, that fish must have been worth a fucking fortune. It's like, that's a car worth of fish final sale price right there.
Yeah, for the breakdown, I guess.
Yeah,
Like
we were fishing a lot. We were fishing a lot deeper than that, so all we brought in was a lot of pink and red snapper.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they call it onagi or onaga or whatever the hell. I don't know, but when you pull these fish up from 900 feet deep, their eyeballs have popped out of their fucking heads.
Oh, yeah, onaga.
And
Yeah.
so have their stomachs out of their mouths. So as soon as you pull them on board, you slice their stomach open, it deflates, and you watch their eyeballs slowly pressurize back into their head.
wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's some fishing right there.
Yeah. You pull a fish up so fast it gets stuck in the bins. Yeah. That's got to be the shittiest experience for a fish.
Literally what's happening.
Like, not only
That's
do you
literally
get
what's
caught,
happening. It's getting the bend.
just get drug up.
It's not like it's not reeling with a fishing pole. It's like, okay, we dunked 5 lures overboard on a powered fishing reel, and you're just sitting there holding it with your hand until you feel something tug, and then all of a sudden you flick a switch and you wait until 900 feet of reel reels up by itself.
Yeah, because that's a lot of reel to reel up.
And then you're like, oh shit, I got 2 on one, because we put out 5 hooks on every line.
Yeah. Oh, dude, but hand reeling 900 feet would be fucking. That would be a.
You need a team and fucking a dedication.
For real, that's like, especially if you got a fish on, if you're fighting a fish and trying to reel a regular. Yeah, that is so much line to reel. And the reel's got to be so fat, too.
But, Dusty, you can attest to this. It's cheating in Hawaii, basically, if you're fishing from a boat. Because you're not reeling it into shore past all the reef and everything. A fish just wants to dart and swim around.
Yeah. Fucking cheaters. Yeah.
Dustin's uncle, Richard, is the guy that basically taught us how to fish. I don't know about you, Dusty, but he taught me how to fish.
Oh, yeah. He's all I know about ocean fishing comes from Richard.
I've heard some great stories from Rich.
I watched this guy use more gear fishing than fish he would catch. Because, you know, the fish, they're smart there. They swim around rocks. They do shit to break free.
Sure.
Yep.
They'll happily swim off with a hook in their mouth and be like, fuck it, I'm out of here.
They're smart. They're smart. If I break for that lava rock, he can't get me, and I'll get the squid. Yeah. That actually, they brought up a picture last time I saw him of me when he caught one of his fish, me gaffing it, which if you don't know what gaffing is, it's where you hook it with a hook, But apparently the way people hook it is you kind of put the hook up to it and you just like hook it in.
Mm-hmm.
I came in like Conan the goddamn barbarian, and the pictures of me just like waist deep, full cockback. You can see the water spray, so it's clear it's not my first swing, and I am just going in, just full. And I did go in full tilt, and he said he was on the beach. Him and my sister were both just screaming on the beach because they thought that I was going to just hit the line and break it. But somehow the second swing, powerhouse swing, just domed it perfectly in the head, killing the fish, but also hooking completely through its head. So I just pulled it up and it was just, hooked right through the fucking temple, basically.
It was gaffed.
It was gaffed.
Kind of shot like if he didn't catch the fish, he definitely would have swung through the water and caught his own cap.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If I didn't hit that fish, that probably would have been a worse story. Like, that's why I've always had a limp.
You put the whole gaff in your leg, so you're just putting yourself as bait out there on a hook. So they might have got a bigger fish.
Yeah. Oh, man, we used to. That's...
At that point, we just push him out in a kayak until he faints and falls off and use him as bait.
Yeah, the kayak being the bobber.
Yeah. I mean, we used to, I even remember back in the day as kids, that used to be the game when everyone was fishing, when the older guys were fishing, to swim out the fucking lures. Yeah. So yeah, you'd take the hook or the fucking weight, and you'd see how far you could swim it out, be it with boogie board, kayak, fucking snorkel, whatever you had.
Wait. Let me paint the picture. We are gonna put the weight in your boat, and 5 feet behind that, we already have bait trailing behind the kayak.
3 hooks
so
with pieces of squid
in the water, scenting and trailing.
Just squid tentacles dangling.
You get far enough out that it looks like we're gonna run out of line. We're gonna tell your 16-year-old ass to drop the line and paddle back.
Yep.
Well, it's better to put him out for a lemonade stand, I guess.
Yeah. Fuck lemonade.
Now, this is on the same night that they're sending us out in the kayaks, that his uncles have already reeled in 1 blackfin shark and 1 tiger shark, about 3 feet long each.
Every night it was guaranteed. You'd catch tons of good eating fish there, tons of alua, but every time it was pretty much guaranteed. Overnight, someone was pulling in a shark of some variety, be it tiger, and there were a lot of tigers that they would pull
and
into.
Someone needs to sit on top of that shark and hold it still while someone else goes in with channel locks and removes the hook from its mouth.
Yeah, we got to get the hook out. We're not going to sacrifice a hook or leave a hook in a shark. That'd be rude.
But a 15-year-old boy, yeah. We got plenty of those.
It's a fucking shark.
The only reason we're doing that is because the hooks are stainless steel and we want the hooks back.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a shark. It's in our territory. Like, I would totally fist fight a shark to the death on land. On land.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I am game. Let's go. If I get the home field advantage, but if he's got the home field advantage, like, I will humbly bow respectably, sir.
It is actually kind of hilarious how fucking scared this guy is of like digital video game sharks too.
Oh yeah, I have literally swam under the water and looked a shark in the face and just come back up casually and told Richard, "Yeah, it's a shark." And he's like, "I fucking know. Why did you swim down there? You could have died." But you put me in a video game that has sharks, and I am fucking like on the edge, like, oh, fuck. Did you see something move in the water? Even games that don't have sharks, as soon as they let me swim, I'm just like, the camera's just bobbing back and forth. I'm over there. Are there sharks in this game? Are there sharks? Put me in the real water. I'm like, it's just a fucking shark. It's cool. But in a video game, for some reason, they terrify the fuck out of me.
Well, I get it, Fucking a cold up hose underneath the fucking snow looks like a goddamn snake to me, even though I know snakes are not out in wintertime. Don't fucking like snakes, dude. Just
I forgot
don't.
you're afraid of fucking snakes, man.
Yeah.
if you don't like snakes, move to Hawaii. They don't have any.
Thought about it.
Yeah. Hawaii, actually, that's a good point. I guess that's the goal. We just have to get rich enough on the podcast to afford our studio in Hawaii before we can move to Hawaii.
All right, so Hawaii,
really?
Ireland, or
Fuck Hawaii.
Oh.
somebody's a little bit
So,
better.
hang on, let's just go with, since Dustin, you moved away probably 10 years before I did.
Yeah, that's been so long.
I went back 3 years later. The traffic is worse than ever. This was pre-COVID, mind you.
Mm.
Anybody that's listening, pre-COVID, I went and visited everybody in Hawaii, and the traffic was worse than ever. The roads had been expanded, but the traffic was still worse than ever.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's sad.
We really missed like moving away from Hawaii when COVID hit. I mean, that was years after Dustin left, but I was running a landscaping business over there, which is the only business that survived 100%.
Yeah, essentials.
Mm.
Rich people live in gated communities where they have to have their lawns mowed and their palm trees trimmed, and everything has to look perfect.
There you go.
Yeah.
That.
And then they kicked out all the tourists, so you're like fucking
Fine
golden.
during COVID over there. I'm working in people's yards. People still pay. But all my friends that worked in tourism, whether they're fishing boat captains or hotel concierges or rental car agents, they all lost their jobs.
Yeah. Yeah. But, I do think, and it's just a fantasy of mine, that they should just kick out tourists. Have like a pass. Like you had to have been there. You have to be going with someone who has actually been a resident of the state for some time in order to be a visitor of Hawaii. Other than that, like if you want to come to vacation,
Tourists, we need to kick out Airbnb from Hawaii.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
oh yeah,
yeah.
oh yeah,
Everywhere,
that's
though,
right.
really.
You were telling me about that before. Explain that situation.
Airbnb came over, and every person that bought a house in Hawaii 10 years before Airbnb existed realized, oh shit, we don't really want to live in Hawaii. So they've been paying for their landscapers to take care of their house. They've been paying for electricity, water bills, taxes, everything. Then all of a sudden they're like, oh, Airbnb. And everything's like rated. You can rate customers and everything. You can choose who you rent it out to. They're like, let's do this. And everybody started just Airbnb-ing their properties illegally, because in Hawaii, you have to register your place as a vacation rental.
Yeah, I think that was
Yeah.
probably set up to prevent the whole Airbnb thing, It was
Every visitor has to pay visitor taxes on their rent-a-car, on their everything. That's what makes our living affordable when
Yeah,
you
for
live in
sure.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
But now every single person that lives in the mainland came over here and bought a house and turned it into an Airbnb. And now the rent skyrocketed in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beyond when Dustin left.
Yeah. And it was crazy when I was. It was more expensive than we're paying now for rent.
wow.
Yeah.
Like this quaint little mountain town that we're in right now is comparable to like downtown Portland and like a little bit outside like the downtowns of DC. Like definitely like fucking Austin prices too.
Yeah.
I mean, shit.
And this was probably 2004, I think. So this is like 15 years ago.
So the county of Maui decided what they were going to do to counteract that was, hey, we're going to friendly shots across the bow. We're going to charge you $1,000 penalty if we catch you running an illegal rental, and $1,000 per night after that, because you've already signed a contract with someone that's rented a house. So if somebody rents your house for 4 nights and they catch you, it's $1,000 fine and $1,000 for each night. So now you owe the state $5,000. That was their friendly shot across the bow tax.
And I think because Airbnb has a policy where you can't just say all of a sudden to people, I can't provide you with the housing I agreed to, right?
Otherwise, you can, but they'll just drop you off their platform.
Okay.
You will no longer
Okay.
be allowed to rent to them. But then the next year number 2, they said if we catch you running an illegal rental, it's a $20,000 fine initially and $20,000 a night.
Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, that's a big
They
money.
gave them a year to be like, you can run your rentals illegally for another year, but you need to figure out your source of income, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And
Right.
now it's like every local in the island that claims they're not a rat is now a rat.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
You are ratting on tourists that are leaving their hotel room, bringing coronavirus to our small little island.
Hmm.
Or you're someone that doesn't live here and you're renting out your house and raising our rents. It's a total rat society over there. But it's not really being a rat. These are people trying to
Yeah.
still live in the island they've lived in for many, many years.
Yeah. To
Right.
cultivate the safekeeping of their community, kind of, from the sounds of it, like, yeah. Because, yeah, if you're renting and you're living out there, I could totally see, especially now, like...
Landscapers, construction workers, kitchen workers, nobody can afford to live there on the wages that they're making.
right.
Yeah.
I can believe it.
And you make insane wages, too. You compare the wages you make in Hawaii to the wages you make, or at least from my perspective, the wages I've made anywhere else. It's insane the amount of money you make, but comparatively, because of the cost of living, it's nowhere near as much. You know what I mean?
I won't say an actual number I was making, but at times I was making 6-figure incomes. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, at all times I was making at least a 6-figure income, but most of that, 50% of that goes back into the business. Then you got to pay employees. Then you got to pay rent. Then you got to pay storage space for your tools.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
the places
sure.
that you can afford to rent might not have a garage that you can have.
Mm-hmm.
I was paying $1,000 a month in a 5-bedroom house and renting a storage unit for $500 a month.
Shit.
Shit.
Yeah,
$1,000 in
absolutely.
a 5-bedroom isn't bad, though.
That's pretty freaking bad, but it's in Kula with a view
Yeah.
You
and
got
a
the view.
yard and it's got a fenced-in yard where I can keep my dogs. And
Mhm.
it's the only place that was available
Yeah.
Jeez.
I can believe that one too.
for having dogs and all the requirements that were necessary.
Mm-hmm. Fuck, $1,000 a fucking month for a room. Ay.
Oh, just your room in a 5-bedroom.
Yeah.
Is that what
Yeah,
you
that
said?
was $1,000 a month for the room, $500 a month for my storage unit.
Oh, okay. I thought you said a whole 5-bedroom. I was still like the cogs were still turning in my mind as to like, okay,
What are you
who the fuck
complaining
did
about,
you
bitch?
know?
$1,000 a month for a 5-bedroom apartment
Yeah,
in Hawaii?
a 5-bedroom with a view
On
in
the volcano
Kula.
with a view?
Yeah, fuck yourself. I'm gonna go back to Maui. Oh no, $1,000 for a room. That makes more sense because it was probably $5,000 a month for that. And also, be noted, people who don't know the layout of Maui at all, that being in Kula is cool, but 90% of the people, that means you're an hour and a half from where you work. Because people, most of the work is in Kihei, Lahaina, tourist areas. Paia a little bit.
That's an hour. West Side Lahaina is an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
Well, didn't like one of your friends like a shortcut that like a Justin just paraglided down to his job?
Oh yeah, we did have a dude who paraglided to work once. That was insane.
Oh no, not once, several times.
Yeah. And that's smart travel if you ask me. If you live on a mountain and you want to go down the mountain, just fucking paraglide.
He would literally hitchhike up the mountain early morning, like catching rides up the crater for people that are going up to watch the sunset. Be like, can you drop me here? They're like, are you sure? We're in the middle of nowhere. He's like, no problem.
Boonies.
Jumps on his prepaid cell phone and calls someone else like, can you pick me up at the golf course in an hour? And he would float down the hill to work Sometimes he'd land like 2 miles away and have to walk to the road.
Depends how the breeze was, I guess.
Yeah. But I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
it cuts off. It's you might have to walk 2 miles, but still, for the most part, like knowing that drive and how it could be, like you could paraglide down there, you could hitchhike up, paraglide down there, and walk 2 miles, and probably still beat someone who's driving with all the fucking traffic.
Shit.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Like, yeah, your homeboy's stuck in traffic. Like, yeah, you had to walk 2 miles, but at least instead of in traffic, you were up in the clouds, like, woo.
Not a
And on
bad
that
idea.
note, gentlemen, I think after flying high in the skies on the way to the job site from Kula to Wailea, Hawaii, maybe we should take our first break.
For sure.
I'm down with that.
Oh, did I just steal Dusty's job? Oh,
Yeah. Keep this up. We're going to hire you.
God. You let that fly way too far. I've been a fan
Yeah.
for way too long. We've been on this for way too long.
Yeah.
We should have.
Yeah. Let's go take a quick smoke break, and we'll be back with some more hits.
Hells yeah, everybody.
Yeah, because we still got a ton of meat left on this bone, I feel like.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Word.
Word.
I know I'm fucked up when I only have one door unlocked instead of both of them. All right, so which one of you guys was talking about the crater? Hiking into Haleakala Crater.
I would have been Dusty. Jeff and Dusty are gone. I'm the only one that's still I can still hear
All right, cool.
because they went outside. They're not around. I just have my headphones on.
Oh man, see, I bring my phone outside with me.
Yeah, well, they don't bring the microphones and headphones and
Oh, all right.
Because unfortunately, I'm not in Colorado anymore. So
Yeah, where are you?
I'm in middle of nowhere, Arizona.
Okay, all right.
So yeah,
So it's like Colorado, Arizona, California. We're all in the little zigzag line.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I unfortunately hurt myself, and I am stuck living at my mom's house because I couldn't work and I needed to have a couple of surgeries and all that other garbage.
Oh shit, back injury or what?
I basically tore every ligament in my knee.
Shit, do you know who Tom Segura is?
I do, but I obviously don't know him.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm a big Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura fan. They're stand-up comedians.
Yeah, Bert Kreischer's the man, the machine,
Well,
baby.
The Machine, baby. Are you serious? You
Fuck
a
yeah.
Machine fan?
Oh hell yeah, dude.
All right. So I listen to every podcast Bert is a part of.
Nice.
So he's got the Bertcast, he's got the Bill Burt podcast, and he's got the Two Bears, One Cave with Tom Segura.
Okay, yeah.
So do you remember the Sober October challenges?
No, I don't.
All right. So every October, him, Tom Segura, Joe Rogan, and Ari Shaffir challenge themselves to some fucking bullshit while they stay sober for a month.
Yeah.
Well,
I know
they didn't.
from
Go ahead.
they did. Oh, I just know it from the what the fuck's his name?
The Machine story.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, I know the Sober October from Joe Rogan. I didn't know the other guys
Okay.
did it with him.
Oh no, it actually started out just Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura. It was
Okay.
just to see who could lose the most weight. They were just literally worried about Bert Kreischer. They're like, we don't think you can live without alcohol. He's like, oh, I totally can. I'll prove you guys wrong. Not only that, but I'll do a challenge with you guys. So the first year it was just him and Tom Segura to see who could lose the most weight. And they started the hashtag Tom is fat, hashtag Bert is fat. And
Okay.
all of Tom Segura's fans came at him hard, and all of Bert Kreischer's fans came at him hard. Anyways, this year, they decided not to do the Sober October because of COVID, and they did a
Sure.
basketball challenge. So it was like
Okay.
one-on-one, him against him, and they just went to like do a slam dunk to see who could come the closest to getting the ball the most vertical they could. And his buddy Tom Segura, another fellow comedian, just runs up to the fucking basket, and all of a sudden his leg just gives way,
Oh, shitty.
and his left arm, say he's running up, he's on the left side of the basket. He comes running up, and all of a sudden his leg that he's standing on gives way, and he falls back, tries to catch himself with his back hand here, and his back arm just crumbles in the worst possible way,
Oh, no shit.
and he shatters his entire arm.
That sucks.
He can't.
Yeah,
He can't even walk up on a stage to do stand-up comedy for like another year.
Yeah. I'm getting most of my leg back working again, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not a very fast walker right now. I'm pretty slow, but that's all right.
Dude, how long have you been working on that beard? I gotta know.
I don't know.
That's over a year, right?
Yeah, for sure. Because I used to keep it trimmed up before. I mean, I guess I haven't trimmed it at all since probably May, but I've been growing. I've had a relatively decent sized beard for, I don't know, probably a few, like, I don't know, most of the time I've known Jeff or Dusty. So I don't know. Like,
I want to grow out a beard like that. But
righto.
every time I get scruffle on my face, my parents and my boss are like, "You look homeless." And the girls I'm hooking up with at the time are like, "Oh no, it looks hot."
Righto.
I'm like, what's better, a job
I've seen that
or pussy? I gotta like play it both ways.
Yeah, but you kind of need the job to get the
get the pussy.
Will you grab me another beer, Jeff?
Yeah. So I mean,
or two.
The job to get the pussy.
Well, at least to like have fun. Although I don't know, it might actually work out better because most broads like, you know, somebody that just got out of jail, has no money, has no car. I don't know.
Okay, so I am very happy right now in my pre-thought. Me and Jeff cut out to go smoke. And
did he already hit record? All right, here we go.
I hit record pretty much before I left, brother. You guys were all recording.
Uh-oh.
Did you say anything incriminating? Because if you did, I'll restart it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, coming back to that phrase tells me that you know, that's gotta go. Whatever you guys were talking about, if the conversation finished with, well, most broads like a guy who's been to prison.
A broke-ass motherfucker.
First problem, calling bitches broads. Second problem, calling women bitches. Okay, all right.
You can't be calling bitches broads, man. It ain't cool. Yeah. No, I love women.
But she's
all
a
you
real
ladies.
classy broad. Come on.
She's a classy broad. You can almost pull that off, Tibby. I think you can almost pull that with the hat. I think.
I think I can pull it off.
Yeah, with the hat. The hat goes with the classy broad comment.
Or if not, they can, you know, make a fist and fuck themselves.
Yes, and we are officially back.
Let's just not forget, bitches love being called classy broads. All right.
Yeah. And classy broads love being called bitches.
What's it, like a treat like a queen like a whore and a whore like a queen, right?
No.
Absolutely.
Wow, yeah, some uncharted waters here.
Okay, now that we've lost 60% of your female audience,
which is probably already zero, but you know.
No, we've got a couple, and I'm happy about that. Are you?
Yeah, we love
Your mom doesn't. Your mom doesn't count, Dusty.
I just set you up for a hashtag me too. I was hoping you'd knock it out of the park. Yeah. I'm happy about having a few female viewers. Are you? Hashtag me too.
Lost 60% of them. Like that one get like amputated or something.
Oh, God. Shout out to Amber.
Well, I guess I'll roll that intro again.
We're back. We've been back. We're
One of the
live.
topics I wanted to hit, you guys talked about the Haleakala crater.
Oh, doing a
And
crater trip.
Somebody wanted to go in there hiking and camping.
Yeah.
That was an idea. Yeah.
So, me and Dusty went in there one time. His extremely rich girlfriend rented the place out
Mhm.
and had all of us hike in as friends to the closest cabin, which is actually only 4 miles in.
That's a good hike. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a hike.
Then it's 4 miles out the next morning. Now, the first time I did that hike was because of Dustin. Thank you, Dustin.
Yeah.
He was smart enough to hook up with some rich girl that was renting out the entire cabin, and we did that. It was a great hike. I had to borrow Dusty's work boots for that hike.
Yeah. Jesus, my work boots were those were the Nam boots that I got that I let you borrow, I think. The old fucking Vietnam combat boots that someone had bought me as a gift, and they were like my backup work boots.
I don't know what this guy dropped on his toe when he wore those at work. They were the only thing I could borrow at the time. I couldn't afford boots.
I would have lost a toe.
I don't know what he dropped on his safety toe because it wasn't a steel toe, but it had shattered the inside plastic and it was just poking at your pinky toe.
God damn. That one little spot.
Yeah.
So I hiked 4 miles into a volcano with this thing just stabbing into my toe on every downhill step, like ow,
Yeah.
ow, ow.
It'll take a toe off.
And smiling and grinning.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
And then we camp in this cabin overnight, and we had reserved it. It's a rental system only. We wake up in the morning and some Japanese couple comes walking right in.
Ever?
And they walk right through the cabin like it's a tourist attraction. And all of us are like 18 years old, drunk as fuck. Like,
I am almost 90% sure I had my dick out under the blankets. Yeah.
Nobody knows who it is. So we just let them walk through the whole cabin. And we're like, that was fucking weird.
Entertainment's here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they thought we were part of the tourist. Look, it's American kids fucking just like we thought. Look, empty bottle Jack Daniels. It is America.
Yeah. Anyways, there is 3 cabins in there that you can stay at. One is 4 miles in, one is 6 miles in, and one is 10 miles in. I have stayed at all 3 cabins. Usually we hike in 6 miles to the first cabin, stay there for 1 night, hike into the second cabin and stay there for 2 nights,
Sure.
and then hike all the way out through the backside of the crater.
Righto.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I've had some like a pretty weird walk-ins, you know. I mean, in Eastern Oregon, we had
It
like
is
a
an insane thing when
we had like this hot springs in Eastern Oregon that very few people knew about. You know, it wasn't a privately owned one. It was on public land, but it was back on some logging trails. You had to go through some shit to get to it. And after like maybe a 3 or 4 day binge, I had to forget like how long we'd been there at the time. You know, there are hallucinogenics and a lot of booze going on in hot springs, you know. Good times. Well, it was maybe like 11 o'clock in the morning when like this whole Boy Scout troop like just walked in on us, you know. I mean, like with like guides and shit like that, you know. And we're in various states of undress with random people, random places, you know. But like being like quite the I guess respecting towards like Boy Scout troops and all that shit, you know, like, oh yeah, hot springs yours, you know, like start cleaning everything up super quick, like we're on the job, you know, like picking like fucking mixers and fucking bottles of liquor, you know, getting people out of the hot springs, picking like beer caps and shit like that. And then my buddy, good old Richmond, He kicks over like a tall like screwdriver he had perfectly made. He's really happy about it. Accidentally kicks it over, and the most, I guess, one of the more poetic lines of obscenities just roll out of his fucking mouth. I mean, he did not miss like a many of the big ones, you know. And
Well, those kids learned a lesson that day.
yeah, I remember looking over and like all the kids are wide-eyed, and like the scout troopers or whatever they are, like the fucking adults, the chaperones, are like just cross their arms, like shaking their heads, you know, like. And well,
So how much money did that Boy Scouts class action lawsuit cost you guys?
like we used our names, our proper names.
Well, I was gonna say that the sad thing, and I'm glad you made the Boy Scout lawsuit joke before I did, because mine was gonna be that all the shit that they saw from you guys was probably the nicest thing that they saw on that trip.
Oh, jeez.
It's like, okay, we left, all the debauchery's done. Like, well, turns out historically,
Fuck. And I got back into that hot springs after they left. Son of a bitch. Jesus.
Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, yeah. But yeah, cool trip to the fucking crater. I do think that would be a cool trip, you know. Not to tip off any Hawaii people, but, you know, maybe have some hallucinogens just to kick it off a little bit.
Whatever you do, don't attack the geese.
No.
Remember, they're the state bird.
Yeah, and don't fuck with the nays.
A ranger could be on the hill with binoculars.
Mm-hmm.
If that goose comes charging at you, like, quack, quack, motherfucker, you literally need to run away from it.
And they will, because they know it.
Grab it or touch it.
Yeah.
You will be charged $10,000.
Yeah. And they know it, too. They know it, so they will fuck with you. They'll be like, give me your shit, bitch. You can't hit me.
The electric companies are allowed to install giant propellers on the mountains. Now, get me straight. I'm not a proponent. I'm not against wind-propelled energy. But they put a bunch of those up on the mountains, and all they do is kill geese.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that.
All they do is like, these ducks are flying through, and they just have no judgment of speed of how fast the tip of that thing is going.
Poof, feathers.
You gotta remember how big these wings are.
Oh my God.
Center point to outer tip. And they always fly through the outer edge where it's moving its fastest. Motherfucker just shot to the ground.
Yeah. Well,
damn.
I'd like to take this moment to salute the fallen Nene Goose in all the wind turbines.
Jeez.
Hey,
oh,
now
good.
watch me whip. Now watch me Nene.
Yeah. Oh, you son of a bitch. I wish I had my drums button. Boom, boom. Speaking of goose, this Jeff crushed some goose chili.
Nah, it's goose stew.
Oh, goose stew. Yeah, so basically what we did this year, right? Because our life is a joke.
Goose or moose?
Goose.
Goose.
The
Yeah.
goose.
And so our since our life is a joke, what we did this year is for Thanksgiving, we had duck. And then for Christmas, we had duck. And then for New Year's, we had goose. We duck goosed it this year, motherfuckers.
Nailed it.
Finally did our duck goose, yeah. And he knocked it out of the park with some goose stew, which I didn't even think was a thing, but like Frontier Days like a motherfucker with some goose stew. Like
It was pretty spot on. And like you heard like a Mama Edie's podcast way back in the early ones, and Timmy knows Mama Edie. Like her son Nick like knocked down a lot of geese, and I got a couple like goose breasts off the whole thing. And so then I went on like
wait a minute. I gotta stop you guys. You might have just broken something open in a huge way.
Uh-oh.
Like, we need to get this clip of you guys just talking about goose stew.
Yeah.
Hang on. Is that a real thing?
Well, it was a couple nights ago.
Dude, it's a real thing in my fucking refrigerator,
Oh, yeah.
and it fills up my belly real nice.
Have you guys ever heard of a podcast called Your Mom's House? It's like one of the top 5 podcasts
No,
in the world.
no.
That's with Tom Segura and Christina Pajitsky, and they have a very famous, I don't know, there's some fucking race going behind somebody's house. It's like airboats or something. It's in Canada. And there's like this, I don't know if it's a man or a woman yelling out, "You guys are doing good. Come by for some moose soup later." They think they say moose soup. If you guys are right, if that bitch is saying goose soup, this clip of this podcast is gonna blow their fucking world open.
See, I've never seen the clip. Yeah, but
this is one of the most popular podcasts in the world. Google it right now. Behind the scenes. Come on, Jamie, get that shit up.
Tom Segura. I know of Tom Segura. Shout out to Tom Segura. We like you. If you listen to this, we like you.
Dude,
but goose stew is
look up Your Mom's House moose soup.
Okay.
Moose soup.
You guys can edit this out later, but I'm serious. Check this out right now.
All right. Well, I'll write that one down real quick because that's the way we do things.
Yeah, moose soup.
Okay. Sorry. I'm not trying to be a cunt.
No worries.
It looks like Timmy's checking it out right now. Moose soup.
You're also writing this point down so you can edit this out.
Yeah. We're at, like 52 minutes in?
1950 on part 2.
Oh, shit. Damn, we're doing some good jobs here.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah,
Goose
if you guys look up those quotes, this is from years ago. This is one of their most famously used sound bites.
I put in goose soup, and I got a whole bunch of good recipes for goose soup.
Come on now. I got a beat.
Yeah.
Your Mom's House moose soup.
Oh, I forgot the Your Mom's House part.
Yeah, I just put in moose soup. And I got good recipes for moose soup.
So it's just some old bitch just yelling out, "Hey, you guys are doing great. Come by later for some moose soup." And it's like obviously somebody that has nothing to do with the race. They happen to be going through her backyard on the river where she lives. She's like, "Come by later."
Nice. Yeah, we'll watch that after the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, moose soup, we're coming for you.
Moose soup, we're coming for you. And we got goose stew. Goose stew is
It hit pretty good, and it makes sense. Like Canadians would probably make goose stew a lot because Canadian geese and
that's why I said too. I got the real Frontier Days feeling off of it. Also because it's fully one of those things where goose, and especially I think it was especially because he mentioned because it was shot. He mentioned like, hey, watch out for
the shot,
the shot. So, chew tender on the meat. And it instantly in my mind was like, this is some frontier shit right here. This is like what you do on the road to fucking, we're on the Oregon Trail. Shot a goose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not buckshot. It's not something you would use to kill a moose.
No.
Watch out for the shot. Watch out for the bird shot.
The bird shot, yeah. Because we got goose.
Exactly.
Yeah, watch out for the little fucking balls of lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the straightforward like potato peelers, like not like the weird like T-cross ones, but like the straight ones, the old school ones, are the best ones for digging out like a bird shot.
It's like their secondary purpose.
Exactly.
That and rotten potatoes. Not rotten potatoes, but rot in potatoes. Yeah. Like little black spots all the time with that fucking.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean? Nothing wrong with this potato.
Perfect potato.
Perfect potato.
Yeah. Dorky kitchen shit. I know.
Yeah. It's not rot necessarily. It's just like it's a black spot on a potato. And
you mean where the root's about to grow out of it?
Well, yeah. Oh, so that's the scariest food I've ever seen. Is I had 3 red potatoes that I one time forgot about, and somehow they ended up in the bottom drawer the bottom drawer of
That was weird. Tim paused the video and all of a sudden Metallica started playing.
I know. Sorry, I'm trying to get Moose Soup to come up for you, but
Oh yeah, we're gonna get moose soup. Yeah, I might have.
We
to,
got hacked.
He's like,
Yeah.
no, I can do a Metallica riff GIF real quick.
Yeah.
Metallica riff GIF.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Yeah,
you could show off some of your
Yeah,
riffs,
that was
Timmy.
that
Oh,
was an
jeez.
accident
Oh,
there.
yeah.
I don't
know how to
know.
get rid of it either now.
We just got hacked by
We
Timmy.
just kind of now the screen is all Metallica. We're just faces in the corner, man. We're just faces in the fucking corner, man.
Who do you work for, Timmy?
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the split now. I can see both of them on the bottom.
Oh, could you not
Nice.
see us before?
No, because
Oh,
he
shit.
was on the bottom.
Oh, you can only see the bong, right? You see what everyone's
now,
talking
now
about.
I can see. Right now, I can see the left side of Dusty's face. Now I can see the whole thing, and I can see all of Jeff.
I'll charge you for it next time.
Yeah, you.
Okay.
We couldn't see. You couldn't see much.
I'll
of you
pay
guys.
for it, handsome. I'll pay.
How's that? How's that work? Can you see both of us
Don't
now?
worry about it.
Yeah. Moose soup, goose stew, Gustav. All kinds of good things going on in life.
Okay, so what else? What else was on my talkables list?
Restaurant questions, Colorado life. You had some questions about Colorado life from a California man.
Okay,
Or Maui
so
Kyle.
when I went out there, first off, first question: did Colorado show up blue or red?
Blue, but you
yeah.
couldn't tell. Some
I
places.
think it went blue.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my thing. Driving through Colorado, it's kind of like California out here. Everybody's got Trump signs up, and it seems like people are just afraid to put up Biden signs. Or
It
they
depends
just
on the
don't support
town.
Biden.
And the neighborhood you're going
Or they
through.
just don't
Yeah.
support Biden. They're just like, we just don't like Trump.
Yeah.
I guess like if there's nice little suburban neighborhoods, you'll probably see a lot more of the blue signs. But if you're like cruising like the highways, like the back roads, like the countryside, you'll
Yeah.
probably see a lot of red.
A lot of red, yeah. And that's the trick too, is like depends on the town. Also, like Durango, like you go through Durango and it's probably the opposite. Like anyone who would have voted for Trump here is afraid to put up the sign, you know what I mean? But then you go 2 counties over and the script's completely flipped where
I
it's out in
flew
the middle of
into Denver.
nowhere.
I flew into Denver to Colorado Springs and then drove south. And I would say I saw 98% Trump signs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's out where people have oil wells and cattle, I believe.
Uh-huh. Yeah. It's out in the east.
It's very interesting to see 98% Trump signs, and yet the state still voted Biden.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Now, we'll put this in perspective. So, say like the city of Texas, I always laughed about like the city of Austin, and I spent some time there myself. It's where they keep all the liberals at gunpoint, you know? And so, you know, when you get out like the metro like areas, you know, it's predominantly red
Yeah.
or whatever. But you get like down to like a cultural hubs, I guess, you know, find a lot more blue.
Yeah. It's crazy too, because that was always the joke when I lived in Austin. It was like the liberal people love Austin because it's where you can go to do music and express yourself and all that good stuff. And the rest of Texas loves Austin because they know where to keep their guns pointed.
Exactly.
and that was literally a joke I heard when living in Austin, Texas. Like, and I had lived in Round Rock, Texas at the time. Let me correct that. Round Rock, Texas was just outside of Austin, which tells you that, like, you know, maybe if I was on the inside of Austin's county line and someone had made that joke, it would be like, oh, they're just pulling your leg about the guns. But being that I'm directly on the county line, it's like, no, that guy's pretty serious. Like, I got 3 guns right now just in case them liberals try to break out into our county.
fucking that county was serious. So like, what was that? Travis County was Austin, and ahead of that, like where we were at, it was like a double dash name something.
Oh, I can't.
Winston Continental or.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the county, but it was right outside. It was a county next to Austin. And then a lot of people might not know this, but Texas, the way Texas works is Texas jurisdiction is based on county. So instead of having like, one kind of normal centralized, like, it depends on what county you're in as to opposed what's going on. Like, you go one county over, it's a dry county. You literally cannot buy alcohol. No alcohol can be sold.
Not even that fucking 3.2% Utah
Nope,
alcohol?
it's a dry
Nope.
county. I'm pretty sure you can even technically get ticketed for drinking, but no one would ever do that to you.
Somewhere in Texas, you could basically be an Inuit in Alaska in a dry town.
So here's the situation. How I know this so well, Woodson, Texas, my hometown originally, dry county.
Uh-huh.
You literally can't, there's no beer sold in the county. But on the county line, literally on the fucking, like the line of counties is here, and my bong is a beer store.
Wait a minute. I have known this motherfucker since I was, 17, 18 years old?
Yeah, young'uns.
16.
16 probably, yeah. Swimming up fucking kayak shit.
Never once told me Woodson was a dry county.
Because we work around it. Yeah.
Oh, we don't let people know we're from a dry county in Texas. We just tell them Texas.
Yeah. But it turns out that's the truth. But the funny thing is, it's
Let
years.
me sweep right over this. Carry on, Dustin.
Yeah, it's years, and nothing's been changed. Even though everyone obviously drinks, just like it's regular. You just have to go to the line of the fucking county directly over into the other county to drink. So it's like, instead of having a bar in downtown of your town, right, where it would make sense, where it's like, oh, it's a 2-minute walk home.
You drive over that county line and come home.
Yeah. You're not, it's a dry county. Yeah. But you can take beer with you. No one's gonna, and you always do. I mean, everyone has their own beer. They just have to drive out to the county line to get it. And even like, so a good example of like the usage of this, like the fucking popular bar, which is actually just a beer store, a liquor store with like seating, is called
Jeff
the county
just
line.
His chin tucked into his left shoulder right now.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm
The
so
beard.
not.
No, it's all right. I've been to Woodson.
Yeah, he's been to the county line.
I
He's thrown some washers down at the county line.
Yeah, I wanted to fast forward this story a minute ago, but I'll let you keep on going.
Yeah, but no, so that's about all I got is dry counties and how crazy that's fucking the county we lived in was across from Austin. So in Austin, you get caught with weed, it's a ticket.
Yeah.
You know?
But like just north of that in the county we lived in, like some like 17-year-old kid got busted giving away pot brownies.
Life in jail for a tray of pot brownies.
Yep, done.
Is what they were trying to charge him with.
What the heck?
Yeah, because it was literally not even like he had a bag of drugs that he bought somewhere. Like, homeboy made brownies for a party. They were in a fucking Pyrex goddamn tray. Like, he went out of his way to make some brownies for the party, and they broke them up because he had them cut, and they charged him individually for each of the brownies. And so instead of getting like 1 count of possession of marijuana, it was like 36 counts of possession of marijuana with intent to distribute. They tried to slam that on him too, and for the consistency in it, because apparently homeboy crushed it just out of the park with his brownies. They're like, these things are like fucking 40%. You know, these are fucking technically, they're more than marijuana. They're hashish, and that's even higher. And so they tried to slam him with life in jail.
Texas doesn't realize that they just let Joe Rogan move there, right?
Yeah. And he's got, oh, Jesus, he smokes
Hashtag
weed on his
Joe Rogan,
podcast.
make us popular.
Yes.
Yeah. Some look at it and see a tray of brownies. Others see an attempt to overthrow the government.
I know. And that's how crazy that is. Because, like, a tray of brownies, and that's like the coolest and nicest thing you could do to, like, to
Make
show
friends.
up to, like, a party. And he was a college kid, too. It wasn't even like one of these where it's like a 43-year-old man with intent to distribute these brownies to children.
Entrance into the world of marijuana.
Yeah.
Was brownies.
Yeah.
Accidentally ate some. She learned about it. And that's how we got
Yeah.
on with our lives.
And it's like, he's a college kid. He's over there with an apron on. He's over there whisking up some chocolate with the weed butter in it. Like, somebody's going to get some pussy. Somebody's going to get some pussy. You know, he's a college kid. And then you know what? He gets pulled over, and then it's like, life in jail is what we seek for you. You were trying to damn the children. And even his lawyer, right away, even in the fucking article when they interviewed him, he's like, this is stupid. One county over, he would literally be getting a $50 ticket.
Yep.
But package for individual sale.
Yeah.
There was 36 of them.
Yeah. Well,
And it
they
was
were
good shit too.
They were in a tray. Yeah, they were in a tray, cut up, just like you would bring to a fucking, to a friend's party. Like, here's a tray of brownies, adults only.
I brought the potluck.
Yeah. Like, yeah. He was just thinking he was
But
going to be the
usually
cool
you can only
guy.
cut up into 12 brownies. That's how you know they made some good shit.
Yeah, exactly. And that's another indicator. Is like, that's what you cut 36 slices. Like, damn.
Cut that like fudge.
You cut that like fudge, man. That must be viscous. That's that brownie that you eat, and afterwards you're like, is there green in my teeth? I feel it. I feel it in my teeth.
Yeah, so Texas is
So
broken
how
up
many
county by
chewed up
county.
and spit out listeners? How many chewed up and spit out listeners and hosts are Office fans?
Well,
Show The Office.
I like The
Yeah.
Office. Our listeners will have to let us know in the comments, because it's
I
not
kind of
something
feel like
we ever asked before.
The Office with its bullshit and pranks kind of fits in with the kitchen.
Well, it's
Kinda.
similar, but there's a TV show for that. It just hasn't been made yet because nobody's picked us up.
So here's my best question about the kitchen. I'm relating it to The Office because I'm a huge Office fan, but I wanted to know about pranks that you guys pull on each other in the kitchen.
Oh shit.
I heard you guys say a couple in the past, but I want to hear every one of your best pranks. I mean, like, Dustin, you've worked on the job site. You've heard of the tile stretcher, the board stretcher.
Oh yeah,
Good,
no,
whatever.
yeah, and I think I went over that in an episode where I talked about fucking what was it, the plate stretcher,
It was a bacon stretcher.
bacon stretcher.
That's right, the plate stretcher.
Plate stretcher,
You said
yeah.
someone looked for 12-inch plates.
Yeah. But there's been other ones over the time. I've also seen people who were bad at pranks. One guy,
yeah.
one guy almost blinded me accidentally, and it was because he always liked to do silly little pranks. And then one day we have a blackening spice. Shout out to Blackie Spice. I still love you, baby girl. I still use that spice recipe all the time. Blackened chicken sandwiches, blackened fish. I got you, dog. Yeah. But so yeah, he grabbed a handful of it, and just as a joke, he had blackened something, and then didn't even think about it, and just looked at me and was like, and blew it towards my face. And I kind of luckily leaned back and swatted it away. And the second it left his hand, he was like, oh fuck, and started swatting it around shit. I'm sorry, dude. I didn't mean to almost blind you. That was totally a stupid move. Yeah. Jeff almost gave him pink eye though, so that was kind of.
Well, you know.
He never fucked with Jeff. He even told me that very day. I said something. I'm like, I'm gonna have to get you back, and he's like, "Fuck, I hate getting got back. That's why I never fuck with Jeff."
Yeah, you know, I just treat people like they treat me, except for if they shoot me with a BB gun, I just nuke them, you know? So it's really close. You know?
Yeah.
This guy, he was known for being a very physical comedian, you know? Like Dusty was saying, like holding his hand up and like blowing off the Blackie Spice into his face. You know, he didn't mean it. He's just a very physical comedian. One of his like physical comedian things was snapping me with a towel. You know, it doesn't seem like a lot, but you got to draw the line.
Cut skin.
Well, yeah, and
If you're good at it.
definitely. But if I were just like to pass that off, then who knows what would come next. But as I shook my head at him, kept on doing my job, and at one point, like maybe less than 5 minutes later, he was reaching down and low boy to reach out. So I'm like, oh yeah, right beside you. He put his face right down there, and I just cut loose on a really fucking chainsaw ripper of a fucking fart right there. You know, his head was like less
Right against. Yeah.
Yes.
From what he said, he said it was right. Like you were like grabbed his head and like it was right against his head. Like he felt the rumble.
Well,
He felt the shake.
I made sure his head and face was
Yeah.
less than 6 inches away from my asshole when I did it.
Yeah,
You know?
he almost got pink ear.
Yeah, you could have got both. You know.
Yeah.
And since then, like, yeah, I never snapped with a towel again. Imagine that.
Yeah. No, he straight up. He even told me, he's like, I don't fuck with Jeff. Yeah. He's like, man, don't fuck with Jeff. He'll like get you good.
Yeah.
I just remember getting a snap and towel fight with my brother when I was a kid, and man, I lost at 10 years old. He whipped me, and this towel hit me right here on the lash of my eye, and right here from the slit of my eyelid to right here, I was slit open.
Damn.
Fuck.
That's
I
fucking
can't
lethal.
imagine if that towel would have hit my eyeball.
Yeah. He popped my eye out with a towel.
God damn. Yeah.
Yeah,
Towels are
he
lethal.
Kill Billed me with a towel. It just pulled my eye out. It just flopped around a trailer for a little while.
Jeez.
That'd be the Kill Bill of the 10-year-old. Now he's Cyclops for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
But, you know, that one was just a spontaneous one for me. I think the best one I ever orchestrated, after orchestrating a few of these kitchen pranks, basically, you know. So I was working in a downtown Portland joint. And in downtown Portland, like, there's a lot of these inside-out trailers to where you can go get, like, free needles, basically, you know. It's like a healthcare program, but you're trying to get clean, you know, a trailer basically set up, you know. Yeah, there's
just trying to keep people from getting HIV. Here's clean needles. Shoot up here.
exactly, you know, and they're on a good path. I love those guys, you know. But of course, like, there's a trailer like within 2 blocks of the restaurant or whatever. And I had this problem with my brunch cooks coming in like so fucking hungover that they could not even begin to like do their job appropriately to make like great food, you know. I'm sure I'm probably the only person who's ever had like a problem with hungover brunch chefs, whatever. It's fine. But either which way, I always did keep Kool-Aid in the kitchen as well, whether it be like the grape Kool-Aid or like the fruit punch one, you know. Like, it's always great to have.
We rock some Kool-Aids.
Yeah, I mean, it'll dissolve somebody from like a conflict, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you know. So one day, like on a Friday, I got the delivery in, and I had this whole big old like case of eggs. You know, I know like this case of eggs is going to brunch shift tomorrow and the next day, and I know like it being a payday and all that, like my brunch cooks will come in like at very best their ragged wits end, you know, trying to do their job. And so, like, thinking about things for a little bit, I went up to like that Inside Out place I previously mentioned and got like a brand new hypodermic needle, you know. Went back down to the restaurant, was looking at like my grape Kool-Aid powder mix. Okay, I could work with this. took that grape Kool-Aid, and I mixed up some fucking mayonnaise with a grape Kool-Aid, like fucking all like fucking just nasty like purple gelatin style, you know? I mean, bear with me, you know, we're almost there. And so,
I didn't realize it was this story.
yeah, I looked at like my case of eggs for like my cooks tomorrow. Took this hypodermic needle, and like on the top row, I pulled out like all the contents of one egg with the hypodermic needle and replaced it with purple goo. And then I took it down like a couple more layers, took out a couple more legs, replaced like the inside of eggs with just purple fucking mayonnaise goo.
What the fuck is your problem?
Oh, it's a long and distinguished list. Okay.
You're trying to send someone to the mental hospital. We're trying to play pranks on friends.
Well, I guess as our buddy worked with said, don't fuck with Jeff.
You are doing nothing but making my balls tingle like 1,000 Christmas trees running against my balls. Please keep
I
going.
could just see cracking one of that.
Yeah, okay, just fast forward yourself to like
smell like grape.
8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. You've been there since like 7:30. You barely got your shit together. You're trying to like crack eggs for the first couple that comes in through your front door. And you just crack like a pile of purple goo on a sizzling hot saute pan. It's purple, it's fucking mayonnaise based, and it smells like fucking grape.
Oh, I would puke. I would guarantee puke. Jeff's seen me. He's worked with me in the mirror, and it doesn't take much. One day I came into work and started cutting cucumbers.
Well, I'm
Just slicing
sorry.
Cucumbers.
Did the middle of his story interrupt the beginning of yours? I feel like I had somewhere else to go.
Yeah, fuck you, Dusty.
Damn, son, coming in hot over
Wait,
here.
what happened with the purple egg? Motherfucker.
The first one like really fucked up like my egg guy. Like really fucked him up bad, you know? But that's why like I weighed
Wait, I just fucked up just Jeff.
Still drop.
still Jeff. Yeah. The first one got him pretty good, you know. He just thought it was like a fluke. Shook out his pan, went on to like continue his ticket, like make the order happen. That's why when I originally designed this one, I went down a couple of flats in that whole egg case. So he had a good solid, maybe like 42 good eggs to play with, you know, until maybe 45 minutes later, it happened again. And that time he said, shit, dude, like I was almost upchucking like right there. I couldn't help myself, you know.
How many hallucinogenics have they given to these chickens?
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I don't know.
What's this thing been eating? It tastes like grape mayonnaise.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure like what the guys bought like on their payday the night before, but he's questioning it for at least 3 eggs. And like the greatest thing is like when I came in, he's like, dude, you got to talk to the purveyor, man. Like some of these eggs, like it's not like they're old or anything, but like it's not like they're like fucking they're just wrong, dude. I mean, you got to talk to the purveyor.
Oh,
Yeah, so you know, little common classical kitchen pranks.
grape eggs. That would make me lose my shit for sure.
Okay.
I just like to fuck with Graybeard. That was my favorite thing to do.
Oh yeah, Timmy, bring it on. Yeah, fucking with Graybeard is
Yeah,
great.
Yeah, like I didn't actually ever do anything bad. Like I would take he had all his meat set up, and I'd take his knife and put it on the other side of his board, right? And then Graybeard would come back to his station and flip the fuck out. You're like, where the fuck is my fucking knife? Who the fuck touched it? I'm gonna skull fuck every one of you motherfuckers. And literally his knife was on the other side of his cutting board. And he just fucked up. You're like, hey buddy, it's right there. And he's like, oh, well, my bad.
20 inches
fun.
away.
It was so fun. Yeah. So fun, dude.
Yeah, he's one of the best chefs I ever got to like eat his food from, you know, and very meticulous.
Very meticulous. Very meticulous.
If his knife moved 20 inches, he threatens to skull fuck people.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The world has ended.
The world is over.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Somebody's world will.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
Hell
I've got good kitchen pranks, but I think most of them I've tackled. I think so. What I'm gonna go with Here's an outside of kitchen prank that is still kitchen related because it regards a dude I met in culinary school.
Wait a minute. Before you get to cut that one off, what was your bullshit that you spewed the other day? Everybody else said that when something shitty happened, you were like, oh, you won't fuck with a person's food.
Yeah.
You'll just fuck with the presentation of it.
Yeah, I'll never fuck with the integrity of the dish. I value the dish too much to fuck with the integrity of the dish.
That was so well and eloquently put.
Yeah.
I won't fuck with your food. I'll just like draw a dick and the sauce will be jizzing on the fucking chicken that you're eating.
Yeah. And you'll get that. But flavor wise, you'll be like, God, I'm glad that little bit of jizz got on my fucking asparagus. That actually was awesome.
But even better, I have a quote from one of your most recent podcasts. Hang on. Let me go back because on my home screen I had to text message it to myself.
Oh shit!
Make sure I didn't tell you about it.
Damn, you're hiding stuff from Dusty by texting it to yourself.
I have a text message from me. I think this is one of the best quotes you've ever had out of your fucking mouth. You want some frozen yogurt? 2 things you need to know. Sparkles are $1 extra, and I shoot to kill.
Yes.
I think that should be a bumper sticker.
Oh, actually, good thing to point that out. We're working on bumper stickers, so yeah, from a fan, we are putting that on a bumper sticker.
I know somebody who can sell that too.
Yeah.
I think that's the bumper sticker. You want some frozen yogurt? 2 things you need to know. Sparkles are $1 extra, and I shoot to kill.
I shoot.
I think that's the first fucking bumper sticker.
First bumper sticker.
I like it a lot.
I like that. Yeah.
That actually fly well in Colorado.
Yes, that would.
It hits all the right notes.
It hits all the right notes, and
Just
especially locally.
I was driving through the fucking forests of California on my fucking day off on a rainy day just to drive around with my dog. Heard that, pulled over. Typed it into my phone, rewound it just to make sure I heard it correctly, and then sent it to myself.
Nice.
Nice.
To make sure I could let you guys know that needs to be a motherfucking sticker.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, look for it coming
Because
soon, folks.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense except to people that listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
It's fucking perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to understand the battle of racist over fucking bearing conservative froyo owners.
You gotta figure out the right font to make it sound like angry at first, and then just like, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So like sparkles at the end.
Yeah. Angry and then nice for sparkles cost $1, and then back to angry for and I shoot to kill.
In red.
In red,
You want
yes.
the frozen yogurt? 2 things you gotta know, bro. Sprinkles cost $1 extra, and I shoot to kill.
And I shoot to kill. Blot, blot.
That's reasonable, you know? If I walked up like trying to find some frozen yogurt somewhere and I saw those 2 rules, I'm like, okay, thanks for laying them out, you know?
Thanks for laying them out. You didn't mention berry
I'm
toppings.
saying.
Don't get me started on berry toppings.
I'm just saying, Cold Stone Creamery, look out.
Look out. Yeah. Top that's coming for you.
Shit.
They don't get another brick in the window. Yeah.
Just another brick in the window.
It's all just another brick in the window. Yeah. Oh yeah, because I think that happened since we last talked about them. Someone just straight bricked their window. Oh no, we talked about that in the podcast. Them getting bricked. I think they got shut down though. So
What else?
yeah, COVID takes one victory.
They're being like all cocky about it though. Like, well, we're going to open it back up again, but probably just not in this location. Maybe not this town.
Yeah, maybe we need to find another town. That's sad looking around, like for someone to say no.
A Cold Stone, not a community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a Cold Stone.
Yeah, it's right across the street from like that place, who the owner is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And I hope he moves on.
Yeah, that guy
Yeah.
is a
You
fucking
guys have a
cocksucker.
Cold Stone in Colorado?
Yeah. I love going there and paying them not to sing. I literally, because I had to work at one. Yeah.
Who the fuck needs cold ice cream in Colorado?
Always good
Oh,
on a
lots of
hot
people.
day.
Eskimos.
Yeah. Surprisingly, our old boss once told us he operated a Dairy Queen, and he said surprisingly one of his busiest days of the year is
The
the
first day it
first
snows.
snow.
Yep, absolutely.
The first snow, everyone's like, I want to eat ice cream.
Fucking
Yeah.
weirdos.
It's a huge sect of those people out there. Yeah.
I don't get it. I mean,
I want hot cocoa. When it snows, I want hot cocoa, or I want coffee and cigarettes.
I was thinking like
By a
coffee and Jameson.
fireplace.
Coffee and Jameson.
Oh, how much I want whiskey. Yes. Just a nice cup of
Don't-
whiskey.
Don't eat 31 flavors in Kihei, Maui, Hawaii.
Oh, I would never.
No?
So I'm all about the
Why is
shave
that?
ice if I go.
Oh, there you go.
Which flavor is wrong?
All
No,
31.
I'm sure it's safe. The ice cream's all fine.
It's the
Yeah.
32nd flavor that's wrong.
The
my friend.
32nd flavor is what they're hiding from you. You shouldn't go to a place that keeps secrets.
Never.
Well, being a lactard myself, if I ate 31 flavors of any ice cream, like that's just a big no-no.
That's
So,
when you know a
the town
business
that I-
upsets you. That should
In
be
the
your.
town that I work in, they ran a 31 flavors Baskin Robbins, and they got caught by Baskin Robbins selling bullshit ice cream
Oh,
because
shit.
they weren't buying enough from Baskin Robbins, so they knew something was happening.
Buying from my homie.
Oh, yeah, subbing and something cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they got shut down. I
Yeah.
literally had a Baskin Robbins get shut down in my town. That's how boring the place I live in.
Yeah, the fact that you know about it proves that.
I
shit.
think that would be the funniest for Jeff being lactose intolerant. The funniest possible job that he could take is just doing payback on ice cream shops that fuck people. Like, did an ice cream shop piss you off enough? Pay me $50 and I'll go in there and try 7 scoops and then shit all over the place and leave. just go through.
Nice.
Just give me all your ice cream. This is gonna be violent. Maybe not in the front room. Even if you shit in the bathroom, it's still a worthy punishment because someone's got to clean that up. You
Yeah,
know?
chip and porcelain.
Yeah. No, just stand at the toilet and then turn and face the toilet and bend down and shit everywhere else.
Timmy, is that you?
Are you sawing
probably.
something? Or what are you sawing? Are you cutting
Oh,
up a
I'm
body?
That was
Yeah.
literally a fucking fine tooth saw cutting a board in half.
It's not a saw. It's,
He's a part-time dentist.
yeah. It's actually it's actually sandpaper, but
Wow, sand it down.
But it's right next to the microphone.
Yeah. I was really curious what was happening.
I was getting vigorous. I was not going to interrupt him. Let him finish.
Yeah. Timmy, just quick question, real quick. Are you about to finish on a podcast? I thought we set a no ejaculation rule after episode 3.
I did not
I'm
get
about
that
to
memo.
shotgun all
gotta do
over
what
this
you gotta
thing,
do.
bro.
you got to do what you got to do. You know.
I'm just sanding down some wood, if you know what I mean.
It sounds like you're
Actually,
obviously
standing
right-handed.
down, I'm sanding down some frets on a guitar neck. Actually, is what I'm doing.
that still sounds oddly like the same thing I said.
Yeah. Not so ambiguous
I'm
there.
just sanding the frets on my guitar neck, homies.
Premium placement for the microphone.
I just felt like J.O. in a little. What can I say? You guys got me
All right, yeah.
excited.
Just wanted to support you. Premium placement for the microphone.
Well, I like to do it with sandpaper. You guys don't get actual wood? Am I an X-Man?
Yeah. I mean, here, I can show you.
Oh, wait, no.
I'm going to show you.
Quickly
You better watch
backpedaling.
out.
It was you
watch
guys that
out.
encouraged him.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's the same old Timmy right there.
There we go.
There we go. Look at those frets. Oh, sand those frets, big boy.
Yeah, to our listeners, it looks like he's actually doing some work.
He's making a guitar. Do you have another guitar, Timmy? Play something for us. Play something for us.
But that's what I was actually doing. So
You guys have no idea how hard he's making me by showing me that. That's like some sexy Facebook like relax and watch this video.
Yeah. Sanding frets with Timmy.
Yeah, send that one to Ron Swanson.
Hey, you're talking to a guy who my stepdad, he doesn't like sports cars. You know? He likes fancy guitars.
Oh, nice.
I have no idea how much he just spent on this new guitar, but I bet it's more than a fuking Porsche.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
I bet that's a sexy piece of guitar,
Thing
though.
freaking like polished with rock. He literally took a slab of stone to a guitar maker, and he's like, "Hey, can you put this in my guitar?" He goes, "Yeah, no problem." Then he comes back after he finished the guitar. He goes, "I will never work with that type of rock again in my life."
I heard that.
Bonus, custom made by a multi-fucking famous guy that makes guitars, and he'll never work with that rock again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like rehab or something?
Trying to see, huh?
Is that like
Huh?
rehab?
Let's put some Salt Bay on it, huh?
There you go.
Well,
Wait, Salt Bay must just piss you guys off, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I do like to aerate my
100%.
seasonings. I totally go up. I don't do it over my arm because you don't want it to roll down your forearm. That's just a little weird. But I totally do have the habit of like when I season something, I'll start low and be like, whoa.
look at the magic.
Boom. or I'll do that too, where I'll do the sprinkle and then take the leftover and just be like,
For the record, I have worked next to this guy, and he does make those exact same fucking noises.
yeah, no, the sound effects go with it even when I'm cooking. I will literally be over there next to him.
Yeah.
Nice.
What the fuck just happened, dude? I
Oh,
seasoned the
that's
steak. Wait till I flip it.
Dude. So, out of curiosity, how long do these podcasts usually run?
However long we decide.
However long we decide, yeah. I mean,
That's fucking awesome.
yeah.
That sounds like some Joe Rogan ass shit.
Yep, that's what basically we do an hour or till there's no meat left on the bone.
Yep, usually
All right.
yeah, right around like the second cigarette break, we get to know like, okay, we gauge things, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, making it through one.
Oh, are we taking a second break?
I don't know yet. I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
Well, shit, fuck you.
Yeah. If you're showing off over there, yeah, I think we're gonna take. We might take another quick little break here.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go back to sanding.
Yeah, go back to sanding your wood.
Word.
Yeah.
But make sensual noises, and I'll make sure to record them.
Yeah, I will.
Then make sure to send some of that abrasiveness my way.
Yeah.
Right.
You should get sensual over some sandy wood.
Hey, Kyle, you make your comments upon his stroking of his wood.
Well, I'm not. Well, I mean, I'm stroking my wood, but I'm actually taking down some metal. You know.
Oh, jeez. Got piercings?
Yeah, exactly. Dude, man, careful. Don't rip out your Prince Charles. Jacob's ladder isn't meant to be climbed, brother.
All right, so no joke. Last night, I was supposed to have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. Turns out I got an extra day off already, so I had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off.
Nice.
I woke up last night at 6 p.m. I looked at my phone and it said 6 o'clock. I thought it was 6 a.m. I literally got so fucked up over the weekend that I gained an extra 12 hours.
Nice. So Timmy's
Well, 'cause,
done
like-
playing with this wood, and he's back to us, and we are back.
Hells yeah.
right.
Yeah. Bringing in the third leg of this journey that we call Time with Maui Kyle, or whatever we title this episode, because it's probably going to have a totally different title than that.
Yeah, we always find that gold nugget in the bottom.
There's always a gold nugget somewhere in the shit. That's what I
It's
say.
always right where the most racist or horrible thing was said.
So go back to the part where we lost our female listeners.
Yeah, classy broads.
I'm sorry. Not the most racist or offensive thing you can say. It's like the most offensive thing you can say to a celebrity, like Bobby Fillet.
Yeah.
Bobby
Yeah, fuck that fat
Bobby
fuck.
will fillet me later.
Yeah, Bobby Fillet. Yeah.
Flay Bobby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Play Bobby play.
We've been harassing him a lot, and he hasn't got back to us, and I feel like it's because he's afraid.
Well, he's got to be intimidated by now.
It's a challenge, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're not even like Tiger Kinging him here. I'm not even like fucking Bobby Flay dolls and shooting him in the head. I'm just saying, fuck you, you're a bitch. Come take a challenge.
Come at us.
Come at us, bro. You got a show called Beat Bobby Flay. I want to beat Bobby Flay.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck Bobby play.
Yes.
Fuck Bobby Flay.
Sword fight on top of a fucking parking lot. Oh, no, that's Highlander. So cooking challenge. Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock,
Wait.
paper, scissors. I will beat the
Did
shit
you
out
guys
of Bobby
cover this
Flay.
or did someone else? You don't need to get in touch with Bobby Flay. You got to get in touch with Bobby Flay's agent.
Oh,
Fuck
yeah.
Bobby Flay's agent.
Yeah.
Well, if they haven't heard of us by now,
Yeah.
they're kind of
I
slacking
mean,
on the
if
job.
Keanu Reeves fan page likes
Yeah,
us,
number
then
3.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're up to number 1 by now. We got the
Oh, you
original
can't-
Keanu.
You can't reach Keanu Reeves. That motherfucker's like in the middle of teaching like ammo tactics.
Yeah.
Actually, he reached out to us.
Yeah,
Learn how to
yeah.
become such a good shooter.
Yeah.
He's actually teaching his own ammo courses now.
Yeah. Keanu Reeves or the fan page of it liked our comment about Bobby Flay needing to come get beat. So that's our motivation to keep going. Is Keanu Reeves on Facebook likes us. I don't know that is anywhere near the real Keanu Reeves,
No, we looked into that
but
pretty
it
depth.
looks like it is.
Now you guys got to call out Keanu Reeves and get him on the podcast. Because if you get Keanu Reeves on the podcast, you can call out Bobby Flay.
Well, I'm thinking
If
like
we
a-
get Keanu Reeves on the podcast, we don't need to call out Bobby Flay anymore.
Yeah.
I personally would like to have like
Literally
a.
just fuck Bobby Flay.
I'd like to have like a Keanu like judge the pizzas, at the end of the whole thing,
that's our goal. It's to not have him take our side, but to have him fairly judge, as only the one could.
Yeah, Mr. Rick says no lies.
Yeah, 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 yeah. We need Neo for this. Yeah, and it's gonna be pizza. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Just
Excellent pause.
I was working on a reference there, but I'm just gonna skip the reference and just say Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Stoners eat
okay,
pizza.
all right,
That's
all
the
right.
reference. Stoners eat pizza.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Oh, the struggles and the stumbles. You almost had it.
Yeah, I almost had a good one there. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Keanu, love to have you as a judge. Bobby Flay, fuck you.
Yep.
Yep.
Any way you want to do it, Bobby. Pizza, swords,
Rochambeau,
Rochambeau, pistols at dawn.
Cannons at
I was
sunset.
hoping for
Cannons at
some, I was
sunset.
hoping to play some tummy sticks, but that's just me.
Tummy sticks.
Belly sticks in the pool.
Leg wrestling. Yeah. You can team up even. I will let him bring Guy Fieri as his second for some fucking pool style chicken fighting.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Come on.
Do we get lances that are not
It's going to be
attached?
hard though, because Guy's a solid base. I hate him and everything about him, but the one thing I will give the guy credit for is you're doing a fucking chicken fight in the pool. You put someone on someone's shoulders. Guy Fieri's a strong base. He's going to hold those feet. You know what I mean? He's going to play that game. He's going to take it serious like only a guy with that douchey of a haircut could. Like, he plays chicken fights for keeps.
Yeah.
This is exactly why I'd have Timmy on our team. Timmy, Guy Fieri's
There you
got
go.
nothing on you.
Yeah, no, he does
Nope.
not.
Oh, but
But
I'm
Timmy's
broken,
leg is
remember?
down. Yeah, so Timmy will have to be the top.
Not it.
Yeah, and I'll be the base. I got this, guys.
Just fall one direction.
Yeah. Yeah. It turns out both Fieri and fucking Bobby Flay retired when they realized Dusty was drowning. Yeah. He was not quite the strong base he claimed to be.
And Timmy's still flailing, landing critical blows.
Yeah, Timmy's still just wailing away. I thought this was a fist fight. Is that not the game? Yeah.
Shit.
Oh Jesus, that's the next game. It's like we should make that an actual sport, water boxing. You have to get on
Water
someone
boxing?
else's shoulders, but it's the same rules as boxing. Instead of just trying to push each other
It's
off.
like dream boxing, like when you're trying to punch in your sleep, but you can't punch as hard as you want to because you're probably punching
Yeah.
against your blankets and your pillows.
Well, the punchers are above water. They're on the shoulder of the bases.
Well, the base is going to punch too, though.
The bases can punch too. But you got to be careful punching because then you lose that leg hold. You're
Yeah,
going to let them
exactly.
slip. And if someone slips, you lose a point.
This will be an art and a science.
Join us this week
All
on
the good
Chicken
ones are that
Fighting,
you can punch the things, too,
ESPN.
is you could punch nuts.
Well, the base is all about nut punching. That is the entire game of the base, nut punching and nut kicking. So you
Well,
got to have
alright,
solid
fucking
nuts
Ben.
if you want to be a good base.
Well, also,
Old
like,
nut puncher.
if the base had like a solid, like a right, like fucking heavy toe, like fucking nail, it could like gouge, like fucking pull trunks down underwater, like,
Yeah.
fucking gouge at the femur,
Yeah.
the femoral artery.
Yeah. Look out for this one. He's not that big, but he's got a talon. And you know what that means. We might be seeing some deeds today. Tonight on ESPN's Chicken Fights. Not with chickens, though.
But
On the
water.
Ocho, buddy.
On the Ocho. Tune into ESPN Nueve.
That'll work.
Yeah. Or it's the German ESPN channel. ESPN 9.
All right, I'm going to start writing that down because I think we got a really good picture.
Yeah, ESPN 9. Join us for the chicken fights where the people in the pool, they fight with the chickens on the shoulders. And then after that, we chuck babies at each other. It's German,
All right.
German
Sounds like fun to me,
sports,
buddy.
right? That's what Germans do.
Got it penciled down. We'll look into that later.
We'll look into that later. We will approach ESPN about that. Pro chicken fights.
All right, Kyle, I got one for you. Like, I was looking at like, your list of like things to talk about. I was like, well, fuck, meeting Kyle. How the fuck did like you and Dusty like fucking run into each other?
Oh, this is a very interesting story.
Oh,
actually.
this is the story. That's why this was on the list. Yeah. Go to town, Kyle. I'm going to kick back and smoke this
I'm like,
bomb.
you weren't supposed to admit it was on the list.
What list? I don't
Okay,
keep a
the listeners
list.
know. No, seriously. So I moved from California to Hawaii, and I was very lucky. Both of my brothers had lived in Makawao in Maui and met several people. So when I got to go to high school, I knew people before I got there,
Nice.
which is a big up as a white boy in a brown / mixed race town.
Brown town.
Yeah.
Yeah, white
makes a
is
big
basically
difference.
like we're gonna fucking stomp all over you as a new boy unless you know people.
Yeah.
I know people, and I got hooked up immediately. I was the luckiest white kid that ever moved to Hawaii, and all of a sudden, I had never heard of Dustin for the first 4 months of school.
Okay, long stretch.
All of a sudden, this guy shows back up on the island. He's like, "Oh, did you hear Leonardo DiCaprio showed up?" I'm like, "Who the fuck is this motherfucker?" Because I was the celebrity before he showed up.
Okay.
I was the new guy. I was the hot guy. I had the hot girlfriend with the Lincoln Continental. We drove around ditching school, grabbing up everybody, stealing flasks of Bacardi from Foodland. I was the man.
Nice.
And in the meanwhile of me being the man, everybody's like, "Oh, okay, there's a huge storm hitting our high school." And our high school gets shut down for the day. They're like, everybody has to go home. Boo fucking who. I jump in my girlfriend's car, and there is literally fucking 6 other people that need to fit into this thing. We throw 2 girls into the trunk.
Yeah.
Were those the first of yours?
Yeah. Bitches in the trunk. Females, ladies, dames.
Happy broads.
Oh,
Not broads.
can we not be PC on this?
No.
At least I don't have to be.
No.
I don't have any kids with wives or anything. I don't got anybody to respond to besides my boss, and he doesn't give a shit.
No.
So, all right. So we pick up me plus 7 other people in this Lincoln Continental. 2 of them are in the trunk as we're driving out of the school. As we're driving into Makawao Town, a tree branch falls right in front of us. We are just the last car that gets underneath it before it hits the ground. And we're rolling up to pick up this guy named Dusty. I'm like, who the fuck is Dusty? They're like, it doesn't matter. He's got 2 pinky-sized rolled joints waiting for us.
Now it does matter.
Well, Dusty's my best fucking friend. Let's go fucking pick him up. Not really. I'm still like, I'm the fucking top man. I don't like this motherfucker. We pick him up, and he's just Dusty.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, let's fuck some dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's smoke some dope. Fuck yeah.
Best
So
pickup
me and
ever.
it's like 6 girls, 4 guys, and Dusty. Because by the time I picked him up, we rolled through Makawao Town and we squeezed more people into this Lincoln Continental.
There was a lady who was a lap belt.
Okay.
We had a lap belt, and it was crazy. Rain was still coming down crazy. And
Her name was Marika.
Marika. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I remember that now all of a sudden. Probably shouldn't have forgot that.
I know.
I'm not that much.
It's a very interesting name, and she was a very interesting girl.
Mhm.
I'm going to put it that way, okay?
That's fair.
Yeah. Still, that's the best for a teenage boy. That was the funniest scoop up ever, because out of nowhere I got the call from someone, I forget who it was, who called me, who was just like, "Hey,
Chelsea.
what's up?"
Chelsea called me.
Chelsea,
Chelsea and Alyssa.
yeah. And they're like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm just chilling at my house. I just got back from Texas." But I'm like, "I got a bunch of weed. Like, what are you guys doing?" And then
Work out, Zips. Let me spin it backward now. Where'd you get that weed from?
yeah. Oh, my brother-in-law, probably. No, actually, I think I might have.
Shout out to Uncle Richard.
Uncle Richard. I think I came across that stuff legitimately. That was some legitimate stuff.
We'll go ahead and roll with that story.
Yeah.
I like that one. Go ahead and roll with that.
Yeah. But it was still, as a teenage boy, when I was living with my sister and brother-in-law, for out of nowhere to get the knock on the door, and there's just 2 beautiful girls soaking wet from the rain.
Hot.
Just like
Hot.
Just
Teenage girl.
just like can Dusty come out? Yeah.
2-inch heels, 2-inch heels, short skirts,
Yeah.
cleavage shirt. That's the shit that King K. Kauliki High School let these girls
Being
get away
drenched
with.
in warm rain.
Carry on,
Yeah,
Dustin.
just drenched in
You were,
warm rain.
you were underselling the slut level. Go ahead.
Oh, and yeah, and my sister was the one who answered the door, and so she gets can Dusty come out? And she just kind of scowls and then looks back at me and, okay, don't do anything stupid. And then my brother-in-law, Richard, shout out to Richard, the man, just walking through from his bedroom through the kitchen to the living room, just casually shouts out, "Don't fucking get anybody pregnant." It just keeps walking. Just, okay, I guess these guys realize I'm the man too now. Yeah.
Hopefully it's loud enough for the ladies to hear.
Yeah.
It looks like they did.
Yep. But yeah, got to meet that motherfucker. Yeah.
Okay, so here's where I take over. All of a sudden, I roll up and this guy jumps in the car, and I'm still like, fuck you, Dustin. I don't know who the fuck you are, but every bitch in this car is wet to meet you.
Literally from the rain.
It wasn't from the rain, Dusty.
It wasn't from the rain.
Okay.
I'm the guy driving the Lincoln Continental.
Yeah.
Fuck you, bro. You got to answer to me. He's like, hey, dude, my name's Dusty. You want to smoke a joint? Of course I do.
Of course.
And all of a sudden, every bit of machoism is just deflated. Like, hi, buddy, you're my best friend. Can we smoke a joint together? Because I don't have any weed, but I have some Bacardi. Would you like to drink some Bacardi? I just stole some Bacardi from Foodland.
Honestly,
like a
too.
fucking valley girl.
Yeah.
Like a valley girl, just being like, can I smoke some of your weed, please? You're my new best friend.
You're my new best friend. Yeah. I mean, pretty much from there, it just goes on to swimming out fucking lures and fucking working all the time. And I still
catching sharks on the beach.
That trick though, I don't condone anything, but I do. But that Bacardi trick, I remember I saw you do that trick, and I thought, like, this dude's the man. And then I learned it and taught it to a couple of other people. Then all of a sudden there was like a liquor stealing syndicate that I was like a part of. I had like 3 dudes I could send in, like, no, I'm hot right now, bro. You go in and get us a gallon of Bacardi for the party tonight. And that all spawned from, yeah.
I worked at the grocery store.
Yeah.
And then I got fired. And then I went in there and just stole every flask of Bacardi off their shelves.
Yeah. Well,
and then Dustin told them he was in there stealing flasks. And then they moved the flask up to the front where they kept the cigarettes. So they went in there and they just started stealing half gallons in backpacks.
Yeah. There were people doing that. Yeah.
We had no shortage of getting fucked up as 16-year-olds.
Oh no, we had all our games. Yeah.
My little trick was I would empty a box of cereal, put a bottle in it, and then go through self-checkout and buy a box of cereal.
You motherfucker. We do
genius.
not condone this to younger listeners that are...
Nobody ever did that, by the way. Nobody ever got away with that. That's all in a story we're writing called The Life and Times of Timothy. But that is fucking genius, sir.
God damn it.
Timothy.
Timothy. Yeah, totally different guy. There's a neck tattoo on the other side.
Oatmeal. I've got neck tattoos on both sides, though.
How many sides are there to a neck?
Exactly.
There's 4 sides.
Do you have any right now?
Timmy, a.k.a. the Slim Barcode.
The Slim Barcode, yeah. Oh, no. That's the thing things kids do.
Yeah, we do not condone like anything like this, but in a fictional world, really, that's so much more fucking genius. I'd go in like for the quick slip and like I trust like my physical prowess to like get myself away from the situation before it got to be a situation.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I had a stupid moment where I got my awakening, kind of, when I got too stupid, and I always had a trick with a hoodie and a thing. I was young, I was stupid, but then I moved to one night when we had already polished off quite a bit of liquor. Someone was like, "Dusty, you got to get more." I'm like, "Okay." I was like, "I don't have a hoodie though. That's my trick." Someone's like, "I got this vest with an inside pocket." I was like, "Okay." So I stumble into the store, drunk as fuck, with the vest on, and try to stick a bottle of liquor. And I got cocky too. I saw a fifth of vodka with 2 shot glasses attached to it and tried to stick it in my pocket. On my inside pocket, on my vest.
That's one of those gift packages that's like a square box.
No. So it was a T, basically. It made a cross because it was a bottle, and then it had like a box for the 2 shot glasses. So it was like a giant cross just protruding under my shirt. And these fuckers, they noticed me right away. And there was a big Hawaiian dude who was fed up with my shit, and he made sure I knew that. And I was smooth enough to just put the bottle down and step aside before any like actual illegal action happened. But they made it very clear. They're like, "We have a portfolio of you," and that's where I made the joke about the liquor syndicate, because they made it clear there. They said, like, "We have the portfolio of you, and we know you're running other people." And I all of a sudden started to get this like mob boss picture in the mind, like, these guys are building a fucking portfolio of me. I'm like fucking
That's
16.
right, I'm the baddest motherfucker around.
I'm running a liquor syndicate. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't even run anything.
I learned this from Liquor Kyle, and then Liquor Kyle went to Liquor George.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Liquor George went to Liquor Justin, and Liquor George went to Liquor Mitchell. Do you remember Mitchell?
Oh, Mitchell, yeah. Yeah. And that was kind of what made me acknowledge their point. Not to them, but to myself. It's just like, oh, yeah, no, that little guy, I can literally go into a store and be like, "It's too hot for me," and walk out and be like, "Yo, it's on you."
We had a friend walk in and steal so much liquor. One day he shows up at the house, and he's hanging out in the garage, just sitting down on a chair like this. Just 90-degree angle, right at the chair.
The Tinkle Fairy thing. Yeah. Oh, fuck.
And all of a sudden everybody's like, "Hey, Mitchell, pass me the cigarette or pass me the joint, whatever the fuck." And he's not passing it. And he just goes, "Oh." And everybody's like, "What the fuck happened?" And all of a sudden, pee just comes pouring out of his shorts.
Yeah, well.
That was the epitome of us stealing way too much alcohol.
For
That
your
we're
own
like,
goddamn good.
maybe we should dial this back a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what we get for growing up. And I'm happy to see you guys like on this side of this fucking nasty ass year. Seriously,
Yeah.
like, hey, those like good old times fucking growing up, learning the fucking mistakes. and
Allegedly growing up.
Yeah.
That's the part I put the allegedly on. Allegedly growing up.
I am not a grown up. I'm an expired fucking kid.
I love how he said allegedly growing up instead of allegedly fucking up.
Man,
Also, like,
3 new bumper stickers right there.
allegedly. You know what? I think that might be the title, allegedly fucking up.
Oh, allegedly growing up.
Allegedly growing up. I like that too.
Allegedly growing up. That's a good one.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
Fair enough. I like it.
Man, yeah.
also
So I
think
guess
this is like a 3-hour-long podcast or something. Like, this might need to be edited down.
we're clocking in 2:23 right now. We're moving it up. I'll edit it a bit, but not too much. So you better keep it lively,
long?
motherfucker. 2:23, 2:24.
All right.
Yeah.
That's not as bad as I thought.
No, but I do think we're about to the wrap up. You know what I mean? Anything
I
else
heard
you
that.
got to say for us, Kyle? Any questions? Anything like that?
Yeah, one question, and you're gonna need to edit this out.
I don't think I will. So be careful.
Hey boys, I haven't met Dusty's wife. How hot is she?
Perfect 10.
I don't know. I'm not answering that question.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know it's a loaded question.
That-
No,
yeah.
no, it's just because when I hear her voice on the other podcast,
Yeah, the high mythology one.
Yeah, shout out to High Mythology. Check it out, people. I'm sure you already have. Shit's blown up.
check it out, the High Mythology. Anyways, have a good night, you guys.
Oh no, yeah. Oh yeah, I guess that's the final question.
Okay.
Fuck yeah. Have a good one,
Well,
Kyle.
nobody wanted to answer the question, so
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say perfect 10. That's my finish.
See,
Amazing, and she
Jeff
knows
can't really
stories.
answer that because it's his cousin. And
Yeah, like I'm
Yeah.
just
not even going that
to
way.
answer
Yeah.
that.
wait, what was that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
I said Jeff can't answer that because it's his cousin, and I don't want to get myself in trouble either which way,
Yeah.
you know.
and do you know the story of my wife being Jeff's cousin, right? That could be our finisher. It's a very short one.
Oh wait, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I
so
thought he said it was your cousin. That's why I was laughing.
no. So
Not that funny.
so I got with Kim, and after years of us being together, I think it was like we were together for a year or two. Then I met Jeff, started working with Jeff. And then eventually we were all hanging out, and they started talking about like family lineages.
Like, wait, like where you come? Oh, I'm up over here, like fucking shoes south of like around like Spokane, like a
Yeah.
northwest, like a Washington
Yeah.
style.
And they figured out they're distant cousins.
Yeah, like Richmond's actually like a yeah, not too far out there though. Like I say, like third, like on the third tier basically,
Yeah.
because my like a second cousin is pretty much a direct cousin of her.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what the fuck, man? The Northwest just got that much smaller.
Yeah. So that's a very interesting scenario.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
therefore, I will not answer any
Yeah.
questions.
And that's probably why Timmy's playing it safe too, because he knows how small the world is. He's like, I don't want to say shit because he's going to turn around and whip out some genealogy on me, and I'm going to find out she's my cousin too. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wait, have either one of you had a 23andMe or the whatever test done?
Well,
No.
The fuck is that?
DNA testing. It's where they make clones of you to colonize Mars.
They don't want a clone of me.
They probably
One of me is
do.
way too much already.
Yeah.
No, definitely not.
Hmm.
I got the test kit upstairs for fucking Christmas.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
shit.
Have you used it yet?
Now here's the thing. I don't want to give my DNA to the government,
Yeah, that's why I didn't do it.
Yeah.
but here's what happened. Both of my parents have already done it.
No, you kind of don't need
Yeah.
to then. You could just review their stats.
Yeah, look
and
over their
combine
shoulder.
them. Yeah. Review their stats, combine them, and you have yours.
And also, your DNA is kind of already on file.
I got given it as a gift. I'm like, fuck it. Why not?
Yeah.
I heard that.
Yeah.
At this point, since they already have the DNA, I might as well find out exactly what the fuck you are.
I'm telling you, they're making clones of people to colonize Mars. That's why there's that whole push for your DNA. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
All right, man. in the bunker.
Office
Yeah.
fans, yay or nay? 1, 2, 3.
Office
I like
man's
the
real.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, I got that from the man in the bunker. So.
All right, so the NBC just released a new cold open to one of the episodes they never released before.
Oh, right.
Oh.
It's fucking Jim tricking Dwight into thinking he's going into the Matrix.
I
Nice.
feel like I've seen that.
Please look this shit up.
Yes.
The next
Heard
time we
that.
talk, we'll laugh about
Yeah.
it.
Office
I
fans
don't
out there,
expect you guys to.
shout out in the comments. Let us know. that you're the fans, and also let us know that you're fans of our show.
Oh, I thought you stopped recording a while ago, asshole.
No, dude, we're still going. We're still trucking here.
Fucking
Yeah, we're still trucking here.
That's not getting edited either.
Yeah.
Poor motherfucker.
Cunt, that if Spotify wasn't a cunt, then that's what I would name this episode: is cunt whore motherfucker.
Spotify's a cunt. They screwed Joe Rogan over. Heck.
No, Spotify.
Don't let Spotify
Hey,
play
girl.
this. Bye-bye.
Hey, girl, we love you, Spotify. We'll take that. We'll take that money if you come at us with it. We love you. Yeah,
On that note, gents, it's been a fantastic evening.
it has. Yes, thank
Good
you.
finisher. I was just
Thank
waiting
you,
for the
guys.
finisher there, Kyle.
Yeah. Thank you guys,
Yeah.
and thank you, listeners, for listening.
Yeah.
All that being said, I'll still listen to the fucking ads.
Yeah.
Well, I'm out.
All right.
guys.
Word.
Hey, cheers,
Everybody,
Timmy.
have a good night, everybody.
Kyle,
Bye.
always a pleasure, sir.
Aloha.